grab my laptop. I'm gonna play catch up. You got those little buns, Mama? I gotta catch up on some stuff. What you been doing today, huh? I know. Hi, Mama. Oh, you want some pettings? Always pets. Always making me. Oh, yeah. How's my girl? Oh, I know, you can't lick me because you're gross, but I'll pet you. How you doing? Was a good girl today? Yeah, I'm a good girl today. How your buns doing there, Pudgy? Got a lot of pudgy little ones. Good job, Morgan. Standing up. Oh, goodness. Hi, what you doing? You smell friends? Say hi, friends. Friends in the house. What you looking for, Sea? Seawolf. What's that? Is friends in the house? Oh, yeah, that's just a friend. That's a good girl. Yeah, no. Who's a good mama?
Make fitness routine with pure protein.
That's from our boat.
High protein, low sugar.
What are you guys doing? Oh, it's everybody, huh? What are you guys been watching all night, huh?
We'd like to offer you a complimentary suite while you're here. It's a penthouse with a view of the park. I think you'll find it satisfactory. It was recently vacated by the Countess of Worcestershire. Sorry when you discovered that the credit card was stolen. I made the discovery. Why did you recognize me? When we attempted to confront you, you ran away.
Yeah, you having butters?
Hamburgers loaded, beef patty, grilled onions, melted cheese, and Texas toast. I propose a toast. Oh, awesome. Peter, you're dumb. Okay, this feels more like a roast. I propose a roast.
Grab a patty melt while they last, and order ahead for happy hour anytime.
Oh, here, look. Here it is.
Yes.
And it's on rollback.
So cool.
It's a great price.
Big. Juno. Soundbar.
So she can watch her cartoons in surround sound.
And football.
And football.
Yes. She loves football.
Oh, I know. Trident Tropical Beat Vibes start with a light crystal coating, then change into a smooth gum with bursts of mango peach flavor that pop and pop, pop, pop. Trident Vibes, brought to you by Trident.
$25-cent boneless wings at Applebee's.
Get them while they're hot.
What are you doing, little Seawolf?
Gotta go down there and get what you're looking for. Oh, goodness.
This tree has shared moments of joy and wonder. With its easy style and lasting beauty, make every Christmas memorable. Have a happier holiday with free shipping at balsamhill.com.
Something great from Mr. Clean. Stop struggling to clean
It's in the sink.
sprays.
Oh.
Because I'm gonna thaw.
Oh, okay.
Because then it'll be easier to store.
Spray dissolves kitchen grease on contact. And it's great for
Yeah, and I had two boxes of that.
Wow.
and makes quick work a big job. It even works
Hi,
with stainless
Mama.
steel. It cuts through 100%
Hi.
dirt, grease, and grime. Available with easy
Yeah.
spot refill. You get 30 times the cleaning power.
So
what your beans have been eating all day?
But never finish.
Yeah.
Lets you transfer up to 90
They've
credits.
been eating most of the day, and then she ate
you can do it.
2.5
Finish your
full
degree.
bowls
Destination
of food. Yeah, I had half a bowl of food mixed with some pudding for her.
Uh-huh.
And when she was done, she just went straight to the cart and was eating out of the bowl. Just straight to the bowl. And I'm like, okay. And then she ate a whole another bowl of kibble, like just kibble after that. I'm like, okay, if that's what you want.
So she ate her mixes and then she also ate that.
Yep. I'm
And
like,
she can eat whatever she wants.
right. I'm like, if
I mean,
that is what you want,
Bar
you may
and
have it.
chocolate and stuff. I don't care.
Right. So I always just keep a bowl of just kibble on the cart.
Right. That's what I've
So
been
that-
doing unless she eats through it in the middle of the night. But
Right.
you know what I mean? Like, thank God we got it. I put her there last night. The whole sleeping thing. Then lately, I'm getting tired, dude. This is not college life anymore.
But it is college life.
I cannot function for 12 days with no sleep. Thanks.
But this is college life all over again.
No, I'm not doing it. No. Hot no. We gotta get all your winter stuff together. She's like, I go buy it outside. You know, restarting my computer is, I always love making really crappy decisions while I'm not conscious. It's my favorite. I'm just happy the food showed up, man, because I was like, dude, she needs the food.
I didn't get a response at all.
They can figure it out.
Only that they're gonna look into it, and then you were like, oh, food showed up. Like, okay.
I'm not, and
I'm not
Karen,
complaining.
You guys can call them if you want to. If they lost my food for 2 weeks, I'm not calling anybody else again. They can figure it out.
I think it looks great.
I won't harass them looking for it, but I'm not calling them to be like, hey,
I got some
This
really
dress.
cute photos
Love
of
tradition has led you to a perfect home.
Jerk snuggling up against Tara's face.
They should have
Yeah.
dramatic about it.
It's on the
Seriously.
click, yeah, on there.
script, yeah.
Sweet, and that's why we have that phone.
Shamed. Broken. Well, maybe then
Then I got a bunch of toe beans too.
angry.
All the toe beans.
Warbun, where are you going? I climb
Where
out,
bun?
Mom.
I will climb Mount Mom.
I was well, anxious.
We're gonna do you with little,
Now you're
small,
repeating yourself.
mean.
I had to fix Warbun's collar like 3 times today.
I have to find a new collar option, because
Maybe
they're
you miss him
getting,
just as much as you miss him.
they're not too big for these, but like, they're too big unless I wanna cut them, but I can't cut them because they're getting too big too fast.
Right.
I don't know. I'm gonna figure that out. It's a whole nother.
And Jerk did 2 laps around Clara this morning,
Of course
just
he did.
screaming.
That's why his name is Jerk.
Yeah, and I just watched him scream, and she just watched
She's
him
just like,
scream.
what are you doing?
Why are you
Yeah, I mean,
saying
at least
that?
Hellcat, she'll scream until she gets to the milk bar and she's good.
And she stops.
But Jerk just goes around and around.
Hope you might have
He's like, there's no opening at the milk bar. And I'm like, dude, there's like 3 openings. What are you doing?
I had to find the truth about Greta.
Yeah, everybody has been nursing a lot today, which is good.
Yeah, that is.
Out of love. I love you, man.
Do you need anything from Walmart?
What?
I don't think so.
Okay.
You going on a trip?
Yeah, my eyes have been bothering me. They've been itchy all day long. I don't know why. So I'm gonna go grab some eye
that was a
drops
mistake.
and
I
Allegra.
never should have said yes.
Actually, if you could grab either.
And I was gonna grab some bagels because we have
Yeah, I was
cheese
gonna
and
say
no bagels.
we could totally eat bagels. That's a thing. The other thing I was gonna say is I don't know if I need it yet, or I don't know what you want to get. If you want to get anything, just because I might not get it, but I might bring it to you. More than half the office has cold,
Oh,
and I'm like, stay away from me.
got it.
But like, I'm totally thinking of like preemptively, like Sudafeding or something, because like,
It's
no.
the wonky weather.
Right,
On
but
and
like
off.
they're like legit sick, and so like I had to blow my nose twice today, and it's like whatever. I think that's just the weather, right? Because that's whatever. But I'm like, but this makes me think that I need like vitamin C or like a cross or heart or something. Like like I need something.
She just told me you love her.
My TV, Hallmark is yelling. I'm really sorry, guys.
Good question.
But yeah, I think if you know of anything,
I mean, it's not like I'm not going to the pharmacy section today.
yeah, I'm just thinking anything like that, just because. And I
usually
use
do.
energy in a bottle, but that's like a whole different like purview. But like something that we can take really quick to like knock it out. And or if we even start to feel like remotely close to like thinking about being sick, that we can just.
I can pick up some vitamin C and
Cause no.
do you have a preference? I usually just get tablets, not chewables.
No, I'll swallow whatever. I just don't want to chew it.
Oh yeah, no, I don't do the whole chewable tablets nor the gummies because the gummies don't have enough.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. You get it and I'll deal with it.
Look for a ranger trip. That year we found some?
Yeah.
I might pick up some Theraflu just in case, just so we have it. But
I usually take it and use some extra Sudafed, but I don't really care. If it's gonna not kill me or make me grumpy, then I'm gonna be sick.
Diamond diamonds in the snow?
My balls. Oh my goodness.
and I don't know if it's like a sleep or what, but since last night my eyes have been really itchy.
I am not giving you any information on Lieutenant Nelson.
Oh my god. Did you eat the dinner?
No, did you want me to pick up something?
Because you're the one who go out there and a bunch of spoiled rich celebrity.
I was gonna make
Not like that, Lou. They're actually really nice.
jambalaya, and then I realized that I should probably go through everything I haven't gone through since they were born. Or start now that I have like a couple seconds to work on some of that stuff, like start going through that kind of stuff.
Come on, Lou. What's the big deal,
I
really?
don't want
Jared
Popeyes
Tannenhill got engaged, so what? It's not even that good of a story.
again. As long as I live here.
Big one.
I think there's a Wendy's, a Taco Bell nearby.
You just text me
It's
too,
a
and
lot.
it's like I can make stuff, and then if you get bagels, I'll eat that.
And if you don't benefit, I'll fire you. Your choice, Carol.
What are you gonna do next?
Don't know. But it's what you got
In the spirit of Christmas, bring a chart-topping duo back together. Winter Christmas is still the most requested song at all my concerts.
Their songs when she's 17.
And our new Countdown to Christmas original movie. Part of the 7-night Thanksgiving movie event. Jamie Rose and Lone Flynn star in a Christmas duet. Premieres Monday, November 25th at 8, only on Hallmark Channel.
Star Money Days are going on now at Macy's. Star Rewards Platinum, Gold, and Silver members get $10 Star Money for every $50 spent. Bronze members get $10 Star Money for every $100 spent. Use Star Money with no merchandise exclusions. Now through Sunday at Macy's.
It's dinner time in America, and the breadwinner arrives home from a long day at work. Now the family can sit down at the table, where everyone knows to be mindful of their manners.
Dinner time has changed. Our quality hasn't. Reynolds Wrap, oil made in the USA since 1947.
Everyone says I should pack my favorites. No. You know what I do? I snack on Blue Diamond Almonds. Oh, come on. Sriracha? Whoa! Don't bite your favorites. Eat them.
All the flavors you crave in a superfood. Blue Diamond Almonds. Crave victoriously.
Stop yanking. Think get cranking. The No Yank Tank. Only at Duluth stores and DuluthTrading.com.
Salon so soon? Not today, Gray. From America's #1 Clairol Root Touch-Up. Seamlessly blend roots in just 10 minutes. And with the most shade choices, you've got this covered. With Clairol Root Touch-Up. Now in permanent spray, gel, and powder.
As someone well acquainted with home security, I can tell you, just locking your front door won't stand in the way of a professional like me. So for my house, I count on the best whole home protection out there. Simply Safe. Outside, they can guard every window and door against intruders. With professional monitoring, dispatch police. Inside, an army of sensors protects you from things like fire, water damage, and can even call for help in medical emergencies. Take it from us experts. Get Simply Safe. A perfect home like a pro.
The day after chemo might mean a trip off to the doctor's office, just for a shot. But why go back there when you can stay home? With Neulasta Onpro, strong chemo can put you at risk of serious infection. In a key study, Neulasta reduced the risk of infection from 17% to 1%, a 94% increase. Neulasta Onpro is designed to deliver Neulasta the day after chemo and is used by most patients today.
Neulasta is for certain cancer patients receiving strong chemotherapy. Do not take Neulasta if you're allergic to it, or Neupogen, filgrastim. An incomplete dose could increase infection risk. Ruptured spleen, sometimes fatal, as well as serious lung problems, allergic reactions, kidney injuries, and capillary leak syndrome have occurred. Report abdominal or shoulder tip pain, trouble breathing, or allergic reactions to your doctor right away. In patients with sickle cell disorders, serious, sometimes fatal crises can occur. The most common side effect is bone and muscle ache.
If you'd rather be home, ask your doctor about Neulasta Onpro. Pay no more than $5 per dose with copay card. Can my side be firm?
And my side's super soft. With the Sleep Number 360 smart bed, you can both adjust your comfort with your Sleep Number setting.
But can it help keep you asleep?
Absolutely. It intelligently senses your movements and automatically adjusts to keep you both comfortable.
And the snoring?
No problem. And done. Will it help me keep up with him? Yep. So you can really promise better sleep. Not promise, prove. Don't miss the final days to save $1,000 on the new Sleep Number 360 Special Edition Smart Bed. Now only $17.99. And Sunday.
At Bowflex, we strive to make long-term success truly inescapable. That's why we've spent over 30 years developing award-winning solutions that work for you. And now, we've made it even easier. By combining world-class machines with some truly killer tech, innovative AI technology that creates your workout, streaming media, trainer-led videos, even ride with your favorite cycling apps. The Black Friday Cyber Monday sale is on, only at Bowflex.com.
Angie's List has everything you need to know to hire the right pro. Check a pro's reputation by reading verified reviews and browse special deals on home projects. Find all the pros you need to know, all for free. Go to Angie'sList.com today.
What are you doing here?
Then just give me 5 minutes.
I've given you enough.
It's about Claire. I don't know the specifics of Vocal Right, but I know Vocal paints under $10 million
Well, they don't have any proof. Well, then we should threaten legal action.
Damn sure we can.
Lou Blanco? He's home from Maggie Tannehill.
Hello, Lou. Yes, it has been a while. Oh, of course I remember. I remember everything. Listen, Lou, I'm calling for you to scoop. A few days ago, I instructed my attorneys to begin the process of buying Pulse Gossip. And our mutual friend, Greg Kane, spoke so highly of you and your team. Shh, what? No longer works for Pulse. Well, we need to get her back. I have some ideas for how she could fit into the new incarnation of our company. Oh, which brings me to another point. It's my understanding that you have a story Claire Sinclair contributed to. That's not really in our best interest. Wouldn't you agree? Good. Look forward to seeing you, Lou. I had Peters do a background check on you after you arrived. So you've known exactly who you are, almost from the start.
Why didn't you say anything?
We were curious about where this was going, weren't we?
Very curious.
I decided to take a proactive role in preventing any possible stories from being released.
So you're really gonna buy a gossip rag?
I am. Though, a change in a more positive direction may be in order.
You deliberately told me what Claire did.
Of course. If you made a move to publish what I told you, then I would know you couldn't be trusted. If you didn't, then I would know you could.
I thought you said you were a firm believer in things working out as they should.
Yeah. That doesn't mean I can't give them an occasional push. Brandon, would you like to join us for dinner?
Thank you, but I should go. Please wait me this.
Where are you going? Jerk, jerk, what are you doing? No, she's such a little jerk, jerk. Where are you going, Kevin? Okay, Mom? How about Mom? How about Mom? Hey, don't follow me now.
What is it? Fred submitted my novel to a publisher. Under a pseudonym.
Did they like it? You wrote a novel?
They want to talk about a contract.
Congratulations.
So does this mean that you're not going to be going into politics now?
It means I have a lot of things to consider. Like the Tannehill name.
I think it'll look lovely on the top of the bestseller list.
You know what I mean.
This is your dream, isn't it? To be a writer.
It is.
Then follow it.
You sure?
I couldn't be more sure or more proud.
Now, more importantly,
What are you going to do about Greta?
Oh, Mom, she's a tabloid reporter. Well, it's just a story.
If you were just a story, she would have written it. She didn't.
sent to me a couple days ago with a note from Doria's dress.
She didn't.
She did. I gotta admit, it's much better than the last time we saw her.
Covered in snow.
And you made up that ridiculous runaway bride excuse.
Almost was. And I was looking for a story.
Which Miss King you have. I got it.
Sunday, November 24th.
All I wanted was a chance to spend the rest of my life making memories with you.
Cherished Memories had kept to remember too. Premieres Sunday, November 24th at 8, only on Hallmark Channel.
Looking like it's about to snow. The leaves on all the trees fell months ago. It's Christmas. I'm so glad it's Christmas. Once again, the carolers are warming up to sing. All around you hear the sleigh bells ring. It's Christmas. I'm so glad it's Christmas. Once again, looking out for some mistletoe. I just want the whole world to know I got everything I need this Christmas. I don't even need to make no lists. More than presents, meet the tree.
Hey, a little bit more snow. Oh, that would be great. And I think that's a wrap. Perfect. All right, now I'll email these off and just keep my fingers crossed.
Do you think we'll get into the contest this year, Daddy?
Who knows? Maybe this year I'll have a Christmas miracle. Oh, thank you very much, baby.
Thank you.
I thought you might ask that. Let me see.
Cool, Star. You did it.
Well, I actually made it for Santa, but you know, it just came really fast. Okay, have a drink, right?
No, Mom, I want to make cupcakes. I will make
See, the great thing about pretend baking is that it can happen just as easily when you're living far away from real hot. Let's go.
You think that's one for the American Gingerbread Competition? Let's hope so, because that one didn't even get me out of bed. Come on, who needs $25,000?
Who is that? It's Jim.
Okay, don't tell me
Of course it was him.
for the hockey homer of the
Yeah.
household. Yeah,
Oh.
I love baking, and it's kind of part of my job to make sure the office looks festive, as the receptionist would say.
Temporary receptionists who spent too much money on culinary school.
Yeah.
Leaders from home.
You're asleep at the milk bar, buddy.
Yeah, him. Good afternoon.
You asleep?
We made dreams come true.
You're asleep at the milk
Did
bar,
you think I
buddy.
could put this on my wish list?
Look at it, look at things.
There's like 8 restaurants in this town. One
Oh, we woke up.
Ooh, thanks, Lily. You were amazing there. I just wish amazing could have kept the owner from selling the place.
Or love the cooking school, Jack. Oh, you've had an unlucky year, sis.
Unlucky? I'm not unlucky. I was the story lesson liquor for 2. And
Okay, Mama. Oh, you got jerk?
temporary, so temporary that I actually.
Do you remember like me? Thank you. I'm
She's
clean.
like, are you sure?
Guys, I'm clean.
But
And
I
I'm
can't
clean.
tell.
No, I'm clean, silly.
Guys, did you know that you're secretly labs and your ears are gonna be floppy?
These are going to
care of you. You're hardly used.
Mr. Business?
It's real life.
Being very
It's real life.
Oh,
Really
so
good
you
jerk.
think he has something planned?
You're gonna have to learn that you don't fit under your mom's.
No, she's gonna have to learn to move her legs so that I can keep fitting under her.
So, yeah, Stratus was trying to go under here.
And she was like, no, asshole.
She said no, and she used this one and just did whoop. And then he got shoved off to the side, and then he's like, oh, I got over. No, not really, buddy.
Sure.
You had help.
He's like, it worked. It might not have been how I wanted it to, but it worked.
If I scream loud enough, Mom will help me.
Builder. We're known for our handiness.
Listen, Mama.
Double. Today's nuts. Got 3 building inspections, 2 plan reviews.
It's only
new investors.
If you're gonna go, I would go so that you're back by 9:30.
Yeah.
Not that.
Figure it out, Bogie.
Party isn't until next week.
Are you really stuck? Back up, buddy.
Like 2 cups of hot chocolate to leave it alone.
What?
I had to make like 2 cups of hot chocolate to get it.
Brilliant.
Oh my goodness, you're so much
Back up,
upset.
buddy. Beep, beep. There you go. There you go.
Upset.
Well, I was upset because Mom's feet were in the way and I couldn't get through. So I go back in my corner.
Of course.
Go back in my corner. My lovely corner. My warm
Alright,
corner.
don't turn into a musical.
He went to sleep. He's doing everything himself. He says everything has to be
I
perfect.
could have my happiness though since the started playing.
Enough whispering, you two.
Oh.
We have a lot to pack in before we all go home for the holidays tomorrow. But I know, with your help, we can slay it.
That is
Good?
a war bun.
Slay?
What about here you are?
Because it's Christmas.
No.
Oh, like slay. Of course.
Oh.
We're gonna slay it. Stop it.
Uh,
No, it's not.
Wait, that isn't a war bun. That is a Stratus. Where is war bun?
Hold on.
We're about to
More stuff.
oh, I smell garlic. I'm
Oh, there
hearing
he is.
drumsticks.
No narrow.
You forget that this nose has been a culinary
They're all
school.
almost
This nose has been
the same color.
years inside
Those
this
3
restaurant.
chapters.
Warbean's a little bit lighter now.
Yeah, Warbean got a lot lighter. It's really his face.
Well, you know, when you get that fat, and your hair starts to move. JK, Warbean, JK. You're not fat, you're just a little husky.
No, it is.
It's like, come on, you're not fucking funny. Sorry, kid.
Never been here before because it's actually Ireland.
Oh, these tokens. Oh, these little tokens.
You're gonna play Toby's and all of a sudden it's gonna be 8 o'clock and you're gonna be like, crud.
But Toby.
They're not going anywhere.
But Toby. I had work all day.
We know if
I know.
Toby.
Hi, Nick.
Don't worry, in like 2 weeks you're gonna be like, can somebody else watch this?
Kylie Watson in my restaurant. You guys are gonna have to up their game as a real chef now.
You two know each other?
It was a
Millions
long
of
time
years.
ago. Alex, do you remember the guy in the prom photo I showed you?
You're that guy.
Flash.
Oh
Mine's
yeah,
about
you
10
tell
pounds
us.
bigger.
You tell us about it,
This
Teeny.
is my boyfriend, Alex Hockey.
You tell us.
You must be the luckiest guy in hell.
Are you an angry drunk?
The freshman manor.
Let's not be angry
Team
drunk.
effort. No man builds an artificial lake on his own.
Oh, I'm meant lucky. You know what? Let's just get you to your table.
Well, I'm sorry, Kylie. The buyers from that lakefront property closes tomorrow.
No, take it. I can wait. Yeah,
Thanks
that's
so much, sir.
I have been
No, I
meaning
didn't know
to
you
get
were
in
bringing
touch
me
with
here.
you.
This is like such a surprise. I'm so sorry. I feel.
I think so.
Yeah, me too.
But honestly, I thought you left town once the Chez Philippe closed down.
No. I actually got lucky because Alex was able to give me a job in the office.
Steady work?
Yeah. I mean, it's not exciting to mention, but.
Oh my god, Stratus is huge.
No, I still learn about it every now and then, but.
Yeah, I know,
You know,
but
with so many celebrity chefs these days.
he's huge.
It's really stand a chance.
Amateur. Please, you're a pro.
What?
Oh, come on, you can't let one closed restaurant get you down. You have a real talent. You gotta work with what you got.
I mean, Seawolf isn't
You've always
much
done that. I mean,
further behind, but
No, I mean, most of them are really all. They're all little chunky monkeys.
chunky
I mean, even,
Claw machine. Can't forget that.
even cat.
You're the one that you busted open to give me that
Pretty
teddy bear.
big over there.
You've met Bobby, right?
No, I met the
Tat's
little baby.
face got a little bit lighter.
Yeah.
Turned into.
Well, that's because she's not black. I don't know if you knew this.
Large.
The claw is scientifically incapable of producing black puppies.
Right.
Shock! Shocker! I'm so shocked.
Wow. Are you kidding? That is genius. Do you know how many
Hatch's tickle spot is his chest.
Just
Just so you know.
That's not what I'm laughing at.
Okay.
You'll know. Even now, you're really like Carmasian. Who are those people?
Oh, God, I don't even know.
You're like, I don't know, but I still think it's funny.
It is very amusing still.
I'm dead, because I love Chip and Dale, and I also love them. We need to get, so I wasn't going to get it right away because I'm too sleep deprived, and the last thing I need is like Disney Plus, but we should get Disney Plus just so that you can like get all of the references of like life.
The past year.
We can watch like Meet the Robinsons and like Treasure Planet and like all of the weird movies that you're like, what is this and where did you see this?
I know this isn't the job you've always dreamed of.
We're gonna have a Korean drama week.
A bigger role.
Those puppies are they gonna speak Korean too?
Yes.
Shut up!
Oh, these are big boxes, yo.
What?
I want you to be my officer.
Those come inside another box. Yours were the same size.
With your culinary school deck.
Oh, they use different boxes for shipping then.
Well, I'm sure they do.
I'm sorry. Did you bring me here to tell
What's
me?
it? What's it, $10?
Special. I was very impressed with that video conferencing system.
Oh yeah, that's epic.
Alex, that's something I did at work. I'm your girlfriend. I thought dinner was about.
Well, it is. Hey, we're a team. A team that's going places.
I'm gonna put
Poppy
down
Homes
here,
just had
okay?
its best
Okay.
time yet.
Just so that she doesn't run around back here.
Yeah. No, it's probably a good idea.
Thank you for this.
Especially because like I legitimately might fall asleep like right here.
Right.
What?
Right.
We're good?
Right. I need to order Kongs and stuff though.
Oh, you did that.
Huh?
I thought you did that.
No, I put it all in my cart at lunch, but I didn't order them because I do this thing called work while I'm at work.
Same thing.
Why does my phone keep thinking I want to report my life? I don't want to report things. Stop it.
I'm sorry, but I don't think we can be together anymore.
What's up, noodles? Oh, so much upset.
Oh, hey.
Hey, Warby.
Just grabbing some decorations. You okay?
I'm fine.
Hey,
I'm
Golly.
fine. I've been working in class.
Can he steal you?
Yeah, that was nice.
Oh, that Coco was more fun.
Oh,
The others are here.
know. Tonight would have been the worst night of my life if you hadn't been there. Oh, we were just a little pressed on. No biggie.
No biggie. You two were inseparable back in high school. And you did kind of break his heart.
I had no choice, Tina. I mean, when life puts that many obstacles between two people, you just have to accept it.
Except what?
That it wasn't meant to be. Oh, don't do that. Oh, so how are you? Oh, no, I have to. I need to stop before I have to take a dental. Look at the girls leave.
He's crying in echo. Oh. Maybe I should take care of the Christmas party.
No. I think that Alex more reason to consult you. How was Henry okay?
He hides in his office. He was in hell a little bit. Well,
I know he respects my books. I just have to believe that things won't get super weird. Hey, Alex.
Miss Watson?
Maybe I should look for him. No, don't do that. No one's hiring at Christmas anyway. We need to stick it out. Save money. There's an ice company. I won't have to worry about that. I'll just phone call. Hi, this is Kylie. Oh, no, yeah, of course I understand. Thank you so much. I mean, first Alex, and now this. The bank just decided to deny my startup business loan. I'm so sorry. Can you think? Oh, just some old invoices, but you're too cute. The cleaners found it behind the mail bin. Do you remember the play I made? Yeah. I got in. I am a semi-finalist in the American Picture Press competition. Oh, the entries are due next week. Oh. You better get going, girl. Thanks.
That's just my favorite. It sounds just so cool. That's just my favorite. Oh, Mom is
What
coming.
happened? Is everybody okay? What's that smell?
Oh, the girls decided to bake. Long story endless. The oven is ruined.
Oh no, if the oven's gone, who am I gonna win?
Win what?
The American Gingerbread competition.
Winning your inhaler? I don't understand.
I never got a rejection letter because I got in. I'm a semi-finalist.
Kylie, that's huge. That prize money would be unbelievable.
Hey, good news. We will have a new oven by Christmas.
Oh, what's next? Okay, calm down. It's only 7 days.
But the competition's in 6 days. What am I gonna do?
Saturday, Jesse Metcalf and Autumn Reeser star in Christmas Under the Stars. And Sunday, Chad Michael Murray and Tori DeVito star in Right Before Christmas. All new original holiday movie premieres. Saturday and Sunday night at 8, only on Hallmark Channel.
Hurry.
All right. Quality Time by Jersey Mike's. Be a sub, a bub.
If only there was a place nearby you could get one of these. Or these. Good thing they're sold literally everywhere business is done. I'm pretty sure you could buy them at a bank. Not sorry, Reese's.
At Walgreens, we love smart savers. Like yard sale savers. Daytime savers. And especially Med D savers. Select a Medicare Part D plan with Walgreens as your preferred pharmacy and get copays for as low as $0 and 100 rewards points on prescriptions. Isn't saving great? Save smartly on Med D. Walgreens. Trusted since 1901.
Hello, Nympha. We're heading over to your profile. Mr. Rogers is still the man. It is so nice to meet you.
I'm afraid you work. You don't care for humanity, do you? The whole neighborhood.
I think you have a lot of feelings.
We're here to cheer you, Mr. Rogers. Happy World Kindness Day. And if burden you things, hey, this is one little word. What matters is what we do with it. Tom Hanks. A beautiful day in the world. Rated PG.
Stains can appear out of thin air.
Hey, Emily. Do you want a Fairlead leash? Do you even know what that is?
What is that?
My friend makes doggo leashes. They're like boat rope.
They're what?
They're like boat rope.
Oh,
No. Textile. Can't handle.
I need something soft on hands.
Go look on Facebook and see if you like them. They have like a grip on them. Does that make sense? But
Yeah.
I'm gonna order them for the puppies.
I'm probably gonna order a
So if I'm gonna order, I hate to say, if I'm ordering 9 of them, if you want one, I'll get you.
Might as well.
Right. Because I think I might tell her to do 2 matching collars too, and then the one that I keep in Clara will have collars, but I won't get everybody those because they're not gonna be good like puppy collars.
Yeah.
They'll definitely have to be like we grow into this crap collars.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I was gonna probably get another leather leash like the one that I have.
Yeah. I was just gonna check before I told her to
Can you
invoice
send me
me.
a link?
Yeah.
Ask your doctor about 2 times a year over the. When you shop at Wayfair, you spend less and get way more. So you can bring your vision to life and save.
Alright, send it to you and JC. Don't get up.
For small prices, you can build big dreams. Spend less, get way more. Shop everything home at Wayfair today.
When my doctor put me on a cholesterol-lowering statin drug, I knew I should take CoQ10 with it. I take Cunol CoQ10. Why? Because Cunol has 3 times better absorption than regular CoQ10. Cunol, better CoQ10.
I am the twisting underclass. I am royalty embracing. I am an old man.
At Jersey Mike's, we believe in celebrating the power of community. So we're giving grants to people who are making a difference.
Oh, you guys
right
are
in their
cute
hometown.
today. I didn't even
Nominate
see
someone
these
at
pictures. What was that
beausabove.com.
word?
Jersey Mike's. Be a
Yeah.
sub above.
Premiering Sunday night.
You inspire me to take risks and do things that I never dared to do.
Unbounded Christmas, Met for Love. Premieres Sunday night at 9. Only on
Oh, such cute puppy paw.
Well, what about the mouse news? Feel a great next door. They would let you use their ovens in a heartbeat. But I feel weird asking. It's the holidays. They have 3 kids. I'm gonna be working around the clock. I think it's too much to ask. What about Michelle? Michelle lives in a bachelor apartment. She has a stove and a microwave. I mean, I really don't know what I'm gonna do. Communicate from the start. Lisa, I have been waiting for this cookbook to come out for months. I didn't even know there was an English translation yet. Tina's Wrecking the Art of Gingerbread. You could have written that. Oh, no, she's the master, Heather. Her books are amazing. Her videos are incredible. Oh, she has such attention to detail. Just inspiring. Hi. Hey, what are you doing here?
Am I really running into you twice in 1 week?
Yeah, is it too weird?
It's slightly weird.
But yes, do you remember my sister Tina? Hey.
Hey, anybody who loans me their car to get to prom gets more than a handshake.
Oh, that old truck. I'm surprised you guys made it there in one piece. Well, we did have to push the last one.
We did. What's with the cookbook?
Oh, I'm just doing some research. No, Colleen made it into that bakery competition up at the Helen Inn. It's taking a little bit of time.
Oh, the gingerbread contest.
Yeah. Did you know that?
How could I not? I mean, that's huge. Congratulations.
Oh, I don't think so, buddy. She's got bigger fish to fry.
Well, I'd love to stay in chat, but his karate teacher does not mess around. Merry Christmas, ladies.
Thank you. Merry Christmas.
Bobby.
I just got a new teacher, and she's Happy Christmas, Papa.
His regular teacher went on maternity leave, and the new one wants to do something nice for the kids.
Well, that sounds like fun.
It's not. I have to make a homemade dessert, and I don't know what to make.
And don't sweat it. I'm usually better about this stuff, but swingway, right, Bobby?
Look, I'd be happy to help.
That was really nice of you, Kylie, but we're fine.
No, I could maybe come up with some easy to make recipes.
Swing by the restaurant later?
I'll be there.
You're the best.
Is that all this house?
What? I'd be happy to help. Okay, stop. I keep thinking that maybe I could. No, it would never work. Could what? You know, maybe if I actually. No, I couldn't. Could what? I mean, I would, but it's just, it's too much to ask. You know, I'm gonna refresh this cookie plate and let you finish this conversation. Wait, no, don't go, please. Listen, promise you won't laugh at me, but I had this idea. What if I asked Miss Auntie if I could use one of his ovens at his restaurant? It's not your worst idea. Do you think he's gonna help me? Sure. Why not? You two are old friends. Doesn't cost him anything. Right. But I don't really know how to ask. I mean, like, how would I approach it? Can I use your oven? Oh, no way. That is way too direct. Hey, do you have any extra ovens? Yeah, come on. I mean, that's not something that people just have lying around. I was kidding. No, but this isn't funny. I have to win this contest if I'm going to start my cake business. Hun, all you can do is your best. I mean, it's not really a big deal, is it? It's just an oven. Sure. Yeah. Good. Just an oven. Well, it's just an oven. Maybe you have an oven you don't use very much. If you don't use one of those ovens, I could. What oven? Oh, no, there's no oven. I was just actually practicing my list cooking stuff. Bertha's food? Who's this? That is Ina Bruckner, and she is the godmother of this ranch. You know, I've kind of learned everything I know from her.
I wish I didn't have to go to this party.
What do you mean? Christmas is the best time of year. And cooking for your friends, that's part of the fun.
But I don't even know where to start.
Let's think. What's your favorite kind of food?
Cupcakes? That's super boring.
No, nonsense. There's nothing boring about cupcakes, only boring cupcake makers.
So you make me some cupcakes?
No, but I will help you come up with an idea.
Christmassy idea?
Yeah, Christmassy idea.
Why don't you take this?
And you can write down everything that you love about Christmas, and then we'll go from there.
Hey, no running in the kitchen. Looks like you gave him his marching orders.
Oh, no, just baby steps.
Large cat, what are you doing?
Hey, I owe you big time for this.
Oh,
Ever
really?
since the Shinte quit, I haven't had a
You
minute.
purring, large cat? Hey,
tell you what,
if
order
you
anything you want
see it,
on the
and
house.
or if you can
Make her
look
double
for
your
it,
boyfriend's
I don't
favorite.
know if they're gonna have like a pack of like colored like ink pads.
Kill your boyfriend?
I might just order them off Amazon. I was thinking about doing paw
Okay, you
prints,
guys
but
broke up.
They have craft stuff.
they do. I don't want to buy a bunch of paint, but they might have like a small package of like, oh, here's like
No, you know what? I have
multicolored
too
ink
many
pens.
supplements after Christmas.
You know what I mean?
Come on, you
If you don't mind walking through the craft section, just let me know. But
Okay, so there is.
I was thinking about it. Otherwise, I'll just get them off Amazon.
I seem to be at a bit of an impasse with my contest entry.
Oh no, there's the molasses trap.
No.
Meanwhile, my phone
It's more
thinks
like
that entire conversation needs to be shared with someone.
Oh,
really? Yeah, really.
Well, it's really around the clock kind of job, so I was hoping that maybe there was a restaurant.
It's outside. That's accurate.
Oh, you want to use one of mine.
Yes, but only if it's not a huge inconvenience.
Oh no, we can totally use one. But you gotta clean up after yourself. I run a tight ship, remember?
Oh no, I've changed. I'm not messy anymore. Yeah, no, that was the old Kylie Watson.
Okay. As long as I don't find any gumdrops in my garlic nuts.
No, I'll even use my own hands, and honestly, you'll never even know I'm here.
When do you want to start?
Well, the contest is really soon, so I was kind of hoping for, like, today.
Great. Give me a couple hours. We have someplace you need to be. Hey, Bambino! Grab your coat. Let's go.
No hurry whenever you're ready.
Okay, bye, Emily.
So, in a couple hours?
Great, I'll grab my stuff and I'll be back.
Great. Come on, buddy.
Have fun.
compliment? You have only grown more lovely. That's a compliment. And I hear you made it into that baking contest up at the Hellcat.
You know about it?
Know about it? I've been going to the contest for the last 10 years. Need any ideas? I'm your man.
Okay.
Oh, Stratus, what are you doing, bud?
All right, this dough counter work?
Oh, this is perfect.
Well, back to work.
Nick, thank you so much for bringing me back into this world.
Let's see how your enthusiasm holds up when your gingerbread house gets disqualified for fight. Coffee here is quite the snack.
What? Hey, you talking about me?
Obsessive.
Hey, Nick.
Oh, Bono, what are we doing?
Countdown to Christmas all season long on Hallmark Channel. Presented to you by Macy's, where you'll discover the perfect gifts you'll love to give.
It's the last days of Macy's lowest prices of the season on furniture and mattresses. Get ready for fall with this sectional for $999 and this queen bed for just $489. Plus, Sealy mattress closeout starting at $397. Now at Macy's. Start the holiday season at Ulta Beauty and get ready to give, gather, and glow. At today's Best Western, stay 2 nights and get a free night at over 4,200 hotels worldwide. 1 night, 2 nights.
You need something? You need the food?
Book now at bestwestern.com.
Ow.
Hey everyone, time for the gift exchange.
This holiday season, the cup phone really is the perfect gift for everyone. With removable cups, the cup phone secures your phone in virtually any vehicle. Order your American-made cup phone at WeatherTech.com.
Rising up, getting tickets to the Super Bowl. We were able to do some, and then Verizon got me the NFL Combine. They don't even sell tickets to this thing.
Verizon knows you love live music and sports.
We got to be as far away from the stage.
That's why we give you access to more jaw-dropping experiences, including NFL games and events.
I've never had a VIP experience before like that. Probably the best moment of my life.
Switch now and get access to thousands of tickets on us and get up to $750 for a plus phone. Because the network more people rely on gives you more.
You will lie on the floor for hours or days in constant terrible pain, which often results in tragic outcomes. But with Life Alert, one touch of a button can get you help fast. Don't worry, help is on the way. With any of Life Alert's 3 emergency systems, help can be summoned immediately, whether at home,
I've fallen and I can't get up.
in the bathroom,
I've fallen in the shower.
or on the go.
Help! I'm in the park and I can't get up.
And batteries never need charging. Life Alert saves a life every 11 minutes.
For a free Life Alert brochure, call 1-800-901-4696.
What's up, Mama?
That's 1-800-901-4696. Call now. 1-800-901-4696.
Are you over 50? Do you enjoy up to 33%
What you doing?
income in retirement? Then call
Any
now for
fox?
free book.
Jesus
Annuity
fox.
do's and
Where
don'ts
is
for
Woody?
from a leading financial firm
For
on
Woody?
maximizing your
Oh,
income in
truly
retirement.
pants? On my computer? Really?
This free book
Or are you just gonna tell everybody? Sorry.
annuity strategies and
Can't
simple to
chat.
understand terms that will help you make the
Clara
right choice
decided
for
that
your
she was
money
gonna
and
spit on
annuities. And
everything.
it's free. Call right now for your free book. And as a bonus, we'll also throw in a free annuity rate report. We researched over 1,200 annuities and summarized the rates and benefits of annuities from financially strong insurers. Again, that's annuity do's and don'ts for baby boomers.
Merry Christmas.
Christmas Under the Stars. Premieres Saturday night at 8. Only on Hallmark Channel.
What's up, Mama?
Oh no, she's fantastic. No, she taught Bobby how to make a hot
Oh no, Small.
Yeah, seriously, she's sweet and she's good with Bobby, but like I said. Alright, you'll tell her for me, man?
We can't sit on my computer. No, we can't. You get in there, Erica?
Not the one. Ah, that girl from earlier.
That's a good
Did
mama.
not make
Checking on everybody?
Too bad.
Yeah,
Nice.
no, I don't need to be checked.
She has
Thanks,
no
Vicky.
babysitting experience. It was a short-term gig to help me out over the holidays, but everyone the babysitting agency sends me has no experience.
Yeah. Uh-oh. You created a bun whore. Wonder Woman's coming for you.
I don't mind keeping an eye
Wonder
on
Woman's
Spencer.
coming for you.
You're very kind, Holly, but no, kitchen's no place for a kid.
How about we ask my wife?
Celeste, she's been dealing with kids all year at the high school. I'm sure she wants a Christmas break.
Oh, you do that, Bogie. He's hungry.
Besides,
Oh,
nurses don't
Bogie's
work too long. All
hungry.
she does is make
Yeah,
excuses.
yes.
Won't put it like that.
Got it, buddy?
Oh, I had an idea for your entry.
Oh, I'm all ears.
The Empire State.
You went through all that fanfare for the Empire State Building. What does that have to do with Christmas?
You just light it up red and green.
Do everybody a favor and get back to your pizzas.
Hey, believe it or
Is
not,
that
Rose
Mama?
asked me for her opinion.
Oh, my opinion. I mean, I like it. I just think it's a little small for something new.
So get some dowels.
And don't you know anything about these contests? Everything has to be edible.
So get some of those supersized candy canes from the restaurant supply store. Yeah, solder them together with a blowtorch. See, I am known to have them.
You know what? If I'm working with something that strong, I could even go bigger.
The Golden Gate Bridge.
Yes, we could use rope licorice for the wires.
And there's nothing more Christmassy than the Golden Gate Bridge.
Okay, so if you're such the expert, what's your big suggestion?
Okay,
Oh, go then. Don't smoosh anybody.
Sandwich.
I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I could do a big clock tower if I find this giant candy cane. Oh, but you know what? I'm actually pretty close. I lost my membership to the restaurant supply place. Maybe I can find them online.
No, don't do that. We make a run on Saturday.
As in Saturday.
Yeah, I can make sure you get in. I mean, unless you're busy.
No, that'd be great. Yeah, I bet.
It's the mushroom guy. I don't know what else not. Excuse me.
If I were a betting man, I'd think that sounds amazing.
If I were a betting woman, I'd say that sounded like a shopping trip.
Oh, couldn't imagine feeling like I was greatly disappointed when we found out I was the one to be taking you. Every week, pick you up, say, 6-ish.
Alright, don't smoosh anyone. Uh-oh. Somebody got tapped. So good, Mama.
Hey, remember when you pick out my basil, make sure it's fresh, no brown leaves, okay? Good.
No, you know what? Let's do 2 more.
Good. I'm a little confused about how the lock stayed static.
Oh, Ralphie, I don't know. I just wish I had a little more time with my entry. You know, the piano's good. That could go a few different ways.
Oh, I'm so thinking. People who step out on these contests are gone. The ones who swing big Christmas. Those are the ones who take home the gold gingerbread man.
Hey, look, they have fresh gingerbread. Thanks, Bobby.
I'm probably gonna use the powder kind of pot that's so big, but we can use that for cookies.
Well, not that crazy.
I thought about that.
Where you go?
Playing favorites, huh? Remind me again why I brought you here.
Because when y'all were playing, nobody wanted to play best.
Hey, you better be running the produce.
Oh, okay, crafty.
Where are you going? Oh, look. Oh, say hi, Mama.
Like his dad.
Oh, you gotta check him? He got the potty. Here, hold on. Here you go. You can take care of him. Yeah, does he have a little potty? Check him out? What's the crying for, huh? What's his problem? Is he good? Oh. Yes, he is.
And a friend.
It's a puppy pile.
That with his folks gone, I'm all he has.
Stratus, why are we barreling through everyone?
When no one messes with his heart, make sure.
Seems a little rude.
History doesn't repeat itself.
Seems a little rude.
Rosie, why do I feel like really trying to help?
You got, oh my goodness, Bogie. That's a good mama. Very careful. Good mama. Good mama. Stratus, that's not a mama. That's a mama.
Dad couldn't come with me to the if we hadn't discussed his glasses I didn't want to be responsible for pulling him away and stealing him in.
That's right.
Can he steal you, little one?
I have no idea.
I got upset.
But
yeah,
you did move back to town. You could have looked him up.
No. He was married, he had a kid. I don't want to rock the boat. And by the time I heard he was divorced, I gave out.
Two ships passing in the...
Two friends passing in.
That's not really going to be successful.
Alright, I'm sorry, but your sweat dog's a little tired. It's kind of early for him. Where is Bogie? It's coffee. The donut shop is right over there.
On Saturdays they put up Santa. It could be live.
Well, if you have a minute, hey, do you want to talk about your list?
We could, but only one thing that made me think Christmas. Wait.
Soccer balls.
Yeah, every year my dad gets me a new one.
There's nothing wrong with that, right? I mean, we all have different traditions.
Let's hook you up here, buddy.
Well, think about it a little bit. You know, when you were making this list, did you happen to think of any
Hi, guys. Yeah, it's hard when everybody changes their usernames, man. Get your real names, then I get your made-up names, and then I get like different names. Thank God nobody had Sundog Tenaskin on Instagram and YouTube when I got them, because like I can't be trying to change. I know. Are we gonna steal your little footsie right now?
You know what?
I tried to.
I'm not gonna let you go to that party empty-handed, okay? We're gonna make you the most pristine shirt that teacher has ever seen.
So his little demon claws on.
Express has arrived. Don't even think about touching Pepper's month. It literally has my name on it. Come on, let's go.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Who else needs their demon claws done? Okay.
Oh, you.
Everyone, I'm so excited to share Hallmark Channel's 7-night Thanksgiving movie event. All
You know that foot. Can you have it?
7 nights in a row. It all starts Monday, November 25th at 8, only on Hallmark Channel.
There you go. Oh, he's a good boy.
Not to fight my face.
Yeah, I know my little boys.
Oh, come on.
Yeah.
All the flavors you crave in a
Jerk, jerk. I gotta get you. You've escaped multiple days in a row, bud. If you watch out little tail ears, you might get something done here. Watch out little tail
The health instead of a travel site, they'll experience a whole new range of emotions. Like the relaxing feeling of knowing you're getting the best price. And the magic power of
You
unlocking
using
your
those little toes?
I can read minds too. Really? Look at Hilton.com and get the Hilton Price Match Guarantee.
Good boy, buddy. Good job, kiddo.
JCPenney. Remember the little things.
There. Oh no. Guess I need to file my nails too, huh?
sending it to him.
Christmas.
JCPenney. Remember the little things. You know that look?
You are like a little spitfire, aren't you?
Walk it off.
You even gave you the wrong name. Maybe you should all have been named after airplanes.
Own your look with fewer lines. There's only one Botox cosmetic. It's the only one
Cut off your feet.
temporarily make frown lines,
Meanwhile, you
rose
back
teeth,
here.
and forehead lines look better. The effects of Botox cosmetic may spread hours to weeks after injection, causing serious symptoms. Alert your doctor right away, as difficulty swallowing, speaking, breathing, eye problems, or muscle weakness may be a sign of a life-threatening condition. Do not receive Botox cosmetic if you have a skin infection. Side effects may include allergic reactions, injection site pain, headache, eyebrow, eyelid drooping, and eyelid swelling. Tell your doctor about your medical history, muscle or nerve conditions, and medications, including
Yeah,
as these may increase the risk
honestly only made YouTube because of the puppies. Otherwise, I wouldn't really have one. And I have my private one that I don't ever use except just to watch stuff in general, but
When I see obstacles, I create opportunities.
oh,
When I see adversity, I find a way.
When I hear never, I say now.
Southern New
Warbun, what are you
University's
doing, good
education
egg?
made to fit your goals. With over 200 degree programs,
What are you
flexible
having
class
from?
schedules, and some of the lowest online tuition rates in the nation.
So when I face barriers, I
Go
choose
little
breakthrough.
Warbie.
Breakthrough at snhu.edu.
Bring elegance and joy to your home.
Thought the tree of Rockefeller
Yes,
Center
good
was
boy.
stunning.
With Hallmark Channel and Balsam Hill.
Oh my. This
And in case anybody was wondering what I was doing before, that thing that I had in my hand, it's a nail file for newborns. We started doing everybody's nails the other day. If you don't file their nails, excuse me, sorry. If you don't file their nails, when they nurse, they make this paddling motion. And if you don't do their nails, she'll stop letting them nurse, or stop letting them nurse as frequently. And right now, since this is the only kind of food that they can get, even though I don't want to grow giants, I want to make sure that they get everything that they need, and that she's not annoyed with them or leaving prematurely. It's time to do nails. It's also a good time to start because you're starting before their eyes and ears open. So the only thing on like that little tiny nail file, you can do it with a regular hand file, you can do it with nail clippers, like for newborns, which I also have. I have both of those things. So if we were having a hard time doing it with that little electric nail file, we would actually just go to a different method. It's not like it's use it or lose it. But my thought was that that's going to be our first go-to because that's going to be the easiest thing to transition them to a Dremel as older puppies, larger puppies, and then as adult dogs. And that's something that if they'll tolerate that, they'll just be happier, healthier, a little more acclimated beings. You get it, Hatches. You stand up to get that milk.
All-star cast.
I'll be right here.
Right before Christmas. Premiering Sunday night at 8. Part of the Countdown to Christmas
But yeah, so that's what's up with that. If you guys see me using that little handheld thing in the whelping box, the best time to do it is either to pull them out when they're milk drunk or sleeping and see if you can get them, or to do it while they're actually nursing. The only issue is if you do it while they're nursing, you can't always get their front feet. A lot of times you can only get their back feet, but then again, sometimes you can't get all their feet anyway. Speaking of which, though, I might see if I can, yeah, it is like that. Might see if I can grab Jerk, has evaded me, living up to his name. He's evaded us both nights. He just throws an ungodly hissy fit, but he throws a hissy fit about everything. That's part of why his name is Jerk. Oh, I know. I know. So I'm just going to see if I can hold him and have him not throw a hissy fit. She doesn't care anymore because you cry so much, Bean. Oh. Well, there we go. Oh. Yeah. See? There's a good boy. I know. You're a talkie bean. Are you a talkie bean?
I could lie and say I'm here shopping for a treat, but the truth
Are
is
you a talking bean? You're just a chatty bean, huh? I don't have anything against being held, I just talk a lot. You're a talker? Oh.
I wanted to talk to you.
No.
I was standoffish at first. Everything just
Good gymnastics, Stratus. Good job, buddy, bud. There you go, little jerk.
I also hear congratulations.
I know.
Michelle told me about the contest. You entered last year too.
Oh, yawn. That's a big yawn.
Yeah, this time's the charm.
Clearly your perseverance paid off. I've been doing some research into the contest. It gets quite a bit of media attention. That kind of publicity would be great for hockey homes.
I'm not sure I follow.
Well, there are 4 semifinalists, right? I'm sure all of them have.
He is the epitome of the boy who cried wolf. And that is how he got his name. So since there are a couple of you guys on here, I guess I could kind of explain. So they're all named after PT boats. But we did go through a list of a bunch of boats. I mean, there weren't hundreds and hundreds of boats, but there were a significant number of boats. And some boats had multiple names. So like the PT boat that Clara and I worked on actually had like 3 or 4 names. It was called the Higgins Mortuary, it was called the Sudden Jerk, it was called Half Hitch, and it was called Barfly. So that's 4, right? I can't count today, don't judge me. And so out of all of those, the Sudden Jerk seemed like the best one for a dog. But we named him that because he, I don't know if spunky is the right word, but he definitely is spunky. He doesn't just cry like he's hurt or anything like that. But he definitely does talk a lot more than the other ones. And we've kind of come to the conclusion that it's not necessarily because he's uncomfortable or anything. It's just they can't hear anything right now. So it's not even like they're bothering each other when they make sounds. They just are. And so sometimes it's distress, sometimes it's discomfort, sometimes it's that they want food or whatever. But sometimes they just talk. They just make these little like winky little kitty mewy type sounds, and he just makes a lot of sounds. And so when we were picking names, we just were like, well, I guess you're the lovable little jerk. So that's how he got his name. Hellcat, I don't think I would have used if there was a risk of me not necessarily, and because there's always a risk, but like if there was a higher risk, like if there would have been 2 girls, I don't know if I would have named either of them Hellcat. But Hellcat was the name of the experimental Higgins PT boat that basically has the highest speed record, along with a couple other things, and she's just super sassy, and we knew she kind of would be. So that's how she ended up with that name. Let's see, who else do we have here? Martini's always drunk on the milk bar. He lives milk bar life, and you guys, I might sift through it when I have time and a little more consciousness, but we did actually record the birth. It just wasn't live for you guys, but we did actually record basically like 24 hours of footage of Clara going into labor, whelping, and everything like that. And when I was putting collars on, we'd put the collars on the cart in order. And it wasn't necessarily going to change the order, but like if there'd been a girl before or after, I might have put the pink collar on the girl. But we actually weren't sexing the puppies as they were born. I was much more worried about them in general, and kind of came to the conclusion that like that wasn't going to change. A lot of other stuff could change, but that wasn't going to matter. I was more worried about weighing them and making sure that they were nursing and everything like that. And so we were just like, you know what? He'll just be that cool with it. And so then we were like, well, if he's that cool with wearing pink, maybe he'll be that cool being named after a mixed drink. And and so that's how he became Martini, and he's been the one the whole time that he just if he's not at the milk bar, he's running around Clara to get back to the milk bar on the other side. So that's pretty much, other than that, he sleeps, but I mean, that's what they all do, but he is always the one that he's looking for food. If you pick him up and he wakes up, he wants food right away. So that's how Martini got his name. Bogie runs around and runs into everybody. So he kind of like wiggles his little way around, and he wasn't always the biggest like some of the other boys, but he wiggles his way around, and he will totally go straight for a puppy pile and just plow into them and like knock them all over like little bowling pins. So that's how he got named Bogie. Seawolf is all like cutie, like
What'd you get? Is it from the ghost?
More like the ghost of girlfriend.
not necessarily like lovey eyes, because he can't open his eyes or anything like that, but he kind of like goes over and leans on Clara and like was always cuddling up under her chest and just kind of like, I'm cute, look at me, look at me. And so that's how he got to be Seawolf. Stratus was the last one, and he just ends up places. So you'll like be like, oh, okay, that's cool. Where's Stratus? And you always like look for him one place, and then he always has moved somewhere else, and it just kind of happens, kind of like clouds move from place to place. He just kind of does. So that's how he got to be Stratus. Man of War is our stoic little bun. He didn't cry when he was born. He came out, Clara took care of him, and I could tell he was breathing, but he wasn't really like moving, and everybody else screamed when they came out. Bloody murder, which is pretty normal. They're pretty loud once they get cleaned up and everything, and I was actually really worried about him, not because of anything wrong, but just because he wasn't screaming or talking a lot, and he just let out this little like, and that was it. And he usually isn't the one to cry. If Warbun cries, we know something's up, because he really doesn't cry at all. Hellcat screams bloody murder. Right? And these are their registered names. It won't be their call names. So like, even if she's the one I keep, that won't be her call name. I won't call her Cat, but I thought for these guys it's also extremely appropriate because Clara, I don't know if you guys can hear her, but she's done it more since she had the litter than I've ever heard it audibly, which is really adorable, but she purrs. She actually has this really loud, like really cool purr, and so I call her Cat all the time for like a billion reasons. White Elk is where I got her from in Ben and Kira, and I've told them for years, I'm like, I'm returning her because I bought a dog and I have a cat. And so it comes up every once in a while. People ask about the breed, and I always am like, yeah, I have a cat. So I thought it was kind of cute, and it would be fun. And if I'm keeping her, we're gonna start showing in February. Whichever dog I keep, we'll start showing pretty soon. Because I want to finish Clara and I want to get the little one started, and so any of these guys would be fun to go into a ring with. They just have really good little names, if I do say so myself. Who else did we miss? Let's see, we did Seawolf, Stratus, Warbun. Oh, Hatches. You guys are gonna be like, what? So there's this old John Wayne movie. And one of the characters in it is one of my favorite characters ever. His name is Pockets, and he was also one of my siblings, both my brother and my sister's favorite characters in this movie. And I don't know why, but Hatches just kind of reminds me of that character, and has since he was born. He's really like calm, chill, smaller of the dogs, but he's just such a good little egg. And then he peeks out of and fits through every single nook or cranny that's like out there. Like he might be smaller than the other ones, but he totally he gets up on top of Clara, he gets between her legs, he gets up on top of her tail. he pops in and out of everything like he's popping in and out of hatches. So it worked really well even from when he was itty bitty. I think that's everybody. I think I went through everybody.
Pay no more than $5
1,
per
2,
dose
3,
of
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, that's everybody. But that's how we ended up picking all their names. And Emily named Martini. She really wanted to have a martini when we went through the whole list of boats, and so she picked Martini's name. I did pick everybody else's. As far as, you know, which one went to which dog. But I think they all fit, and it's a lot of fun. In case you're curious what I'm doing, I finally am doing George's nails. He's finally letting me do it, and we'll post some videos and stuff of me doing their nails. I got another tripod that latches onto this gate. So I took some footage of doing some of them yesterday.
What is this? I've been eating it all afternoon. That is the pesto feta sun-dried tomato flatbread for Mediterranean.
Otherwise known as pizza.
He wants the food to be fancy.
Pizza!
You know what? Whatever it is, it saves me.
Classically served. What? How come we have a prosciutto already?
Too, for anybody that's watching, this Dremel, it can hit my skin on this little electric spinner. It can hit my skin or even their little toe beans, and it doesn't get hot because it's meant for newborns, and it stops with even a little bit of pressure. And it won't cut anything that's not rough. So their little feet are so smooth that even if I did happen to hit them, which I have not done yet, but count our blessings, right? It wouldn't hurt them. It would just, they'd feel it, and that would be a little bit weird, but they'd be good to go. So you don't have to worry about anybody having a negative experience, because especially with puppies, it's just something that when you're raising itty bitties, one good experience is enough to make it a positive experience later on in life, but likewise one bad experience is also something that can affect them later on in life, which is too, if you guys are interested, it's really what puppy culture is all about. It's about cultivating those experiences in their early development training. So
I don't know, Alex. I think he's just helping her.
that's why it's that, and programs like it are so good, whether people are actually using puppy culture proper or whether they're doing some other similar version or adopting certain parts of it. That main core concept of cultivating what the dog's experience is really kind of at the core of that, making positive thought out logical choices about how they interact with things and how you set things up, and so that idea and concept's been around for a really long time, even if puppy culture is relatively new as far as certain things go. Get you back in there, buddy.
The least I could do.
Also, for anybody that's waiting on emails from me or anything like that, my computer is currently updating after 50 billion hours. This is actually the first time that I've opened a laptop since the puppies have been born.
Weird way. So excited about the tree.
It's
made me feel like a kid again. Kidding. That tree wasn't there. You wouldn't even know.
It's crazy.
Well, it's not Christmas yet. I mean, if you wanted to really go crazy.
I just haven't had time, but I finally got some sleep last night.
Decorating alone. Trying to depress me? I mean, unless you felt like coming over to help.
Yeah, I know, you guys are nuts, huh? Little crazy demon spawns. How are your nails a little bit? Oh, they're a little bit rough, too. You must have also escaped. Oh, you woke up? No, oh, those buns are crazy. Maybe you guys can see this. I don't know if you'll be able to or not, but chances.
Teacher did so well on the order. You don't even really need it.
That doesn't mean you can eat it. Okay.
And we're also adding, we have a chart going so you guys will be able to see it. Emily is a chart hound. She's obsessed with charts. She's the heart of why like TDDP is so statistically driven. She lives for the charts, but she made me this great graph. We're tracking how much weight they gain every day, when they're hitting double. We've already had a couple of them hit double. What days we do ENS, what days we do nails, all of that. She's tracking all that on one document, which is just amazing. Especially because I can't even make food right now without like falling asleep. So the fact that she's made me a chart so I don't have to think a lot is awesome. Can you have that little toe?
Are they done? Oh, there's only one way to go. Here's to that one.
Oh yeah.
I can speak the sermon to the man.
And that's how easy it is.
Well, we got the fire going.
These are kind of
Well,
sharp
doesn't give me
too.
any holiday spirit points.
It's a gas fireplace. I don't think that counts for holiday spirit points.
What is that smell? No, the other smell.
Let's see, you guys might, maybe. This is what I mean. You slightly wake him up.
You never cook.
Not true.
That's not the bar. You going to the bar, buddy?
My food in the microwave. Okay, you want me to cook more? Huh? You want me to stop bringing veal parmesan? Huh? You want me to make Brussels casserole instead? Huh?
Put me down. Kylie! What? It's broccoli casserole with 99% broccoli. It's pretty delicious.
Oh.
Yeah, and you can follow it up with your nuts.
I'll have to get him some other time. He's hiding now.
Alright, enough of
I'm
this.
stuck.
These cupcakes, they ruined my oven dust collection.
I made them all by myself.
All by yourself.
Easy.
How about we
Easy, Mama.
the tickle of truth?
Puppy whelping is crazy. I won't lie. Also though, like it is exhausting, but at the same time, like Clara's doing all the hard work. A lot of it is also prepping for what's coming, which you guys don't really see right now. But there's not really a way to describe that or really show that yet, I guess. But a lot of stuff is making sure we've got enough dog food, making sure that, you know, I'm continuing to go through applications, that Clara's comfortable, making sure stuff's moving around the whelping pen so that she's good. She's eating anywhere from 4 to 8 bowls of food a day that are a mix of anything from kibble to pudding, raw. She's getting calcium supplements. Having to start different procedures with the puppies and making sure that we just have all of that taken care of obviously takes up time. And then it's just like little things, because you have to do all your normal everyday life stuff. And then on top of that, you have to add in puppies. And thank goodness I've got Emily here to help, because it's just so much easier that way. But I still have work, so I could have taken off more work now, which would probably make the sleep deprivedness a little bit less. But except for the days that she whelped, and basically the day or two after it, I didn't take off work, because when they're older and they actually have the ability to interact with more things and they'll take more time and attention to oversee. They don't fit in this little tiny box anymore. I wanted to have my days off to be able to make sure that they got the socialization and the activities and everything that they needed, because most of us can't just be like, shh, what job, whatever, who needs that? And then Tess is amazing, but send dog training, I still have to do everything for that as well. And Tess is being a complete rock star right now. She's basically taking care of practically everything. And it was Mouse, Shiro, and Dresden's birthday today. Today is their birthday. So they all turned 3 today. And but we still have all of our stuff for send dog training that needs to be taken care of. She just did a delivery, so we had paperwork for that. We've got applicants to review, all that kind of stuff. So, and I've been cleaning this house. And we needed, we needed a new dishwasher. Yeah, so we got a dishwasher installed and delivered on Monday, and a new garbage disposal installed yesterday. So I had to go pick up the garbage disposal after work yesterday. Yeah, that's right. So I'm like, I don't even know what I had to do yesterday before I came home. So it's kind of like you have your whole regular everyday stuff, and then you have all of your weird puppyism stuff. And people might be like, okay, I couldn't live without a dishwasher. I can live without a dishwasher. I cannot live with 8 puppies plus Morgan plus Clara plus Abby eating Kongs and or using feeder toys or bowls when everybody starts eating out of bowls and not having a dishwasher. Because for the last week and a half, we've been hand washing all of Clara and Abby's bowls. Which when it's only one dog isn't a big deal, but you add another 8 onto that, plus everybody else that is or will be here, and it's just a lot. Because right now too, for anybody that knows me a little bit more and isn't just like, oh, what? Yes, it is. It is a mini nail grinder. Sorry, it's like taking me a second. I'm flipping back and forth. It is for newborn babies, and it is crazy quiet. We'll actually end up posting a video. I made something. I'm sleep deprived and I don't know the difference between right and left in the video, but but I will post something about that for you guys to be able to actually see some close-up shots of me doing nails and things like that. But you usually start doing nails anywhere from 4 to 6 days old. Warbun.
Our last slide there about co-signing.
Rose. Warbun.
Oh,
you're looking for more bar. But yeah, it's for newborns, so it's really, really quiet, and it's meant so that you can do newborn nails. And I was looking for a new nail clipper because you usually use a baby nail file or a baby nail clipper, and I couldn't find mine. And I'm a prepared human being. And they still want food. You walked off. You need something? No? Okay. Just a walk. And it was the same amount of money for some of the nail clippers as it was for the nail clipper and the grinder, or it was pretty darn close. So I ended up getting the grinder, and it came with clippers. So I've got clippers, I've got a hand file, and I've got that. And I figured worst case scenario, if it didn't work, it would be really good when they were older, even if it didn't work right now. I honestly didn't think that it would work at this age. I've never seen another breeder use one this young. I've never used one this young, but it's awesome. They don't even notice. They don't care. Not any more than they do about regular nail clippings. It's so quiet, and I mean, yeah, it's just really cool. So. Oh, is that why you got out of this box, Miss Clara Belly?
Yes. Yeah, it's home and she has to go. She has to come in though. Can I get some for me?
Oh my goodness. Oh no, you small bunnies. My computer's still updating. The entire internet is watching me while my computer updates.
Oh really? You need supervision while your computer updates?
No, we were grinding puppy nails.
Yay, we did puppies.
Yeah, we got jerks finally. That only took like an act of God in 3 days.
FYI, Kelly, we are never being healthy again.
I was at the same self-checkout register and it stopped me again.
I checked out like normal
Your gut says
the other day, like with an actual human, because I refused. I saw the line and I saw it and was like, we'll get stuck forever and I can't.
There was only one other line and it went
Yeah, I
all
didn't
the way
care.
down the aisles.
Oh my god, that's
So I'm like,
guess I'll give it a shot. So for anybody else listening to this, I went and got a 5-gallon thing of water and Primo, is that, I don't know, anyway,
Yes.
the water people, they make this little electronic pump. You can charge it with a USB, but it means that you don't have to have a big, tall water tower thingy. And then I figured that way we'd have bottled water without, you know, killing the environment. And I didn't think it would be that complicated. Walmart had the little adapter, and I was like, we'll get the adapter and then we'll buy some water. The adapter came with a jug of water. We were in the self-checkout line for 40 minutes?
45.
45 minutes. And I still had to go to customer service afterwards because they needed to use the customer service computer to refund me the 2 overcharges.
3.
No, it was only 2 because they removed 1 on the computer.
Okay.
But yeah, so it was a really long time and it was really traumatizing. And I think it was the first time in like 4 years I've gone to Walmart without Cora. And I was like, why are we here right now? But yeah, so Emily apparently had battle number 2 with
The exact same register.
She had a battle with the same register.
And I only wanted to get some cough and cold medication just in case so that we have it because the weather keeps changing.
Yeah.
Can't decide whether it wants to be 30 degrees outside or 70.
Yeah, it was like totally 31 or something when I left the house this morning.
Yep.
Also, everyone, totally random. You know how I was all like, I can't get Disney Plus because I'm sleep deprived? My sister just got us Disney Plus with Verizon. So I guess I'm just going to continue to live sleep deprived. So maybe we'll have to do 30 days of doggy movies. We'll let the puppies watch movies. I don't know if that's really part of puppy culture.
Well, thanks for bringing me by. Can't hardly wait to see what you can eat.
Oh, see, look, and my sibling knows me so well. She says that my profile is Maleficent. Accurate.
And did you do this all by yourself?
Sloane.
I had some help. Well, what a creative family you are.
Want to get some coffee?
That'd be great.
It's the most mellow world in the winter, when the snow comes to cover the ground. It's the time for play. It's the whispering day.
Anyway, if any of you guys have any more questions or anything like that, please feel free, because just sitting here looking at cute dogs, watching the Hallmark Channel, because it's G-rated, and these poor little puppies can't be watching anything crazy yet. And they're just so baby.
I had Supernatural on earlier.
You exposed them to Supernatural so young?
Yes. Yes, they needed to know about
the supernatural world.
The supernatural world.
Sure. What are you doing?
Everything.
Don't lick my face.
Oh, does Santa have a dog run?
I have got a belly.
I'm trying to decide if I can get Hatch's nails or Martini's nails, but of course their heads are together. Freaking.
Can't help you there. I'm so sorry.
Same. We gotta put them all on your chart though before I forget who I did.
Burn yourself?
Yeah, it's just the dangers of working in the kitchen, right?
Oh, that hurts. I like working in that kitchen nonstop with
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here would be good.
Yeah. Yeah. Cool. That's better right there.
I really needed this, Nick.
Yeah, I figured you needed to clear your head. You might poke your eye out a little something like that.
It is nice to just see the world is still going on around me, you know?
Oh, it has. Okay, there's a lot of new stuff been going on since you started your gym class.
Oh, really? Do tell.
Well, the coffee shop in the marketplace has started offering half off on peppermint lattes. Sandy Street Parade got brand new costumes.
That parade, I feel like I've been doing that since we were kids. It is kind of like time just standing still. Something, you know?
Yeah.
You remember that?
The bench that I first asked you out on?
Yeah. Where it all began.
Is that what you call it?
Will be a better name for it?
I don't know, maybe the bench of terror?
What?
Hello? Why are you breathing in my face, yo? No, you're not allowed to lick me until you stop licking your butts. Maybe later.
Although you should know that I kept that lip balm way past its expiration.
What?
No, it's just strange to think there was a time when my biggest worry was asking a girl out on a date.
Yeah, but that's what being a kid's all about. You get to have fun, be carefree.
See, I'm sleepy. I can't. Hearing, eyes, and starting to toddle all happened at about the same time, at about 2 weeks. Some stuff happens a little bit later, closer into the 3-week mark, but usually around 14 days, you're gonna start to see them actually start to really kind of be more like puppies versus buns. And then they'll start to walk shortly after that. Once they can toddle on their own, they also start eliminating on their own. So that's when we'll definitely expand and add a potty area if we haven't already expanded. I'm honestly on the fence about when I'm going to expand the box and what direction I'm going to expand it in. I can either expand it that way, or I can expand it this way. Either way, no matter what, potty area will be over here and go closer towards y'all, and your camera will obviously move. But no matter what, that is where the potty is going to be. And one thing as they do grow and develop is that they actually have a directional sense about where the bathroom is. So if you start that off in one spot and you don't move it, then they will just naturally keep going to that type of spot. So you start them off that way, and they're more likely, and they could still be little crazy demon spawns, but they're more likely to potty train or house train if you don't move it around on them and you keep it in the same direction, even if you expand or change the pen. So you always kind of want to keep that in the same spot. But that's when they hit those kind of milestones that people tend to think about. Everybody that is getting a puppy from me, not that this helps everybody on YouTube, part of the deposit is that everybody's going to get a copy of Puppy Culture. You're all going to get a download. And that actually specifically highlights and goes through what's done in each developmental stage in a puppy's life. So if any of you guys are interested and you're just curious, puppy, no puppy, that's honestly a really good walkthrough. The original Puppy Culture video, we'll give you that. That goes through what stages you start to introduce different things when they have fear periods, and when you start to introduce different activities as far as like clicker training and rewards, and when they'll start really eating treats, when they'll start actually eating food. 21 days is another big milestone for them, where their socialization window will basically, they'll start to hit a point where they actually can become appropriately exposed to things. Their startle response and everything like that kind of will start as they start to be able to hear. But you can also see too, these guys are, weird's not really the right word, because it's not like they're unique in this sense to a degree. To a degree, it could be anybody, but you guys will notice that they're
Okay.
they're kind of worming along, but they actually use their back legs a lot for puppies, which I'm really, really happy with.
She's entering the contest.
Hip and elbow dysplasia is something that is partially genetic and partially conditional. And basically it's suspected that a lack of traction in the whelping pen and or a lack of traction as they age but are still puppies can contribute to that. And that's kind of the beginning levels of research at this point compared to other stuff that we have that's more established. So it's really nice to see them actually like honestly standing to nurse. And using their back legs so much under them as opposed to just splaying. A little bit of splaying and stuff like that is pretty normal. You know, like laying on their sides to eat. These guys actually also nurse on their backs a lot. So there's some things like that are just, you know, part of it. But yeah, we'll go through some of their developmental stages very specifically. I actually have some stuff planned for that to kind of walk through some of that with you guys. But the big ones that they're going to hit next are going to be their eyes opening, their ears opening, and them being able to hear, and them starting to toddle. And basically that happens anywhere from like 13 or 14 days, give or take. It can be a little bit longer. Some puppies, it takes longer and they don't necessarily hit that till like closer to the 3-week mark, but not in a bragging way, but just based off of how fast they're growing and how they're acting. I don't expect that to happen as late as 3 weeks. I expect that to happen a little bit closer to the 2-week mark. And then we'll also end up showing you guys this, but we have a calendar, so once they start to hit milestones, there you go, got out of there, Stratus. Once they start to hit milestones, I'll actually, once they hit the first one, I'll be able to get a better idea of mapping it out, and we'll put everything on the calendar, and you guys will be able to kind of see that and get a better idea for when they specifically will hit milestones. But that is one thing too that I see a lot of people have a really hard time with when they're trying to incorporate raising protocols, is that they look at the book and they look at, you know, the program or whatever that people have, and different programs like Avidog or like puppy culture, and they expect every dog to hit that stage at the same age, or every litter to hit that stage at the same age. But your breed, your litter specifically, how they were born, all kinds of stuff goes into when they're going to hit those milestones. There's not like a hard and fast rule that everybody hits it at 14 days. It's kind of the same thing as them being born. You know, technically they're going to be born at 63, 64 days, but you can have a litter born at, you know, 60 or 61, and you can have a litter born at 65. It's like people in that particular sense, that not every kid or not every baby is born, you know, on their due date, and or that not everybody develops at the same rate. You know, you can all be in 3rd grade and that doesn't mean it clicks until you actually hit that milestone for yourself. So
over-the-counter medicines just treat symptoms. Zofluza is different. It attacks the flu virus at its source with just 1 dose.
I hope that kind of answered your question. Didn't like massively overwhelm you with like a dog pile of additional random information. Because I'm a jerk. Oh, you nursing all those buns again? Oh no, Seawolf. Oh. Say, I have a roll. Yeah, roll. I had a roll.
Most common side effects are bronchitis,
Now I'm gonna climb on my sibling.
and headache.
Still, buddy.
The sooner your doctor prescribes Zofluza, the sooner you can start feeling like you, not the flu. Zofluza, 1 dose can do it. Visit Zofluza.com to download a coupon.
Today, Molly's getting dressed for her first girls' night out since the big move. She asked her Stitch Fix stylist for jeans that fit just right. And these feel like they were made just for her. At Stitch Fix, we don't just see your size or your style.
We see you. Let us find your perfect fit at stitchfix.com.
When was the last time a hat warmed your head and warmed your heart? At Love Your Melon, we strive to do both. With each cozy beanie we sell, we give 50% of our profit to the fight against childhood cancer. So when you buy a beanie today, you will be able to create a smile tomorrow. This holiday season, shop loveyourmelon.com.
My mom and dad have been so supportive over the past 12 months. I can't even begin to tell them what an impact it's made on our lives.
Say thank you with Merci, a thoughtful collection of European chocolates.
Merci, Mom and Dad.
Sunday, Tori DeVito and Chad Michael Murray lead an all-star cast.
We'll have to be right here.
Right before Christmas, premiering Sunday night at 8, part of the Countdown to Christmas 10th anniversary on Hallmark Channel.
On behalf of the Georgia Culinary Association, we would like to welcome you to the 25th American Gingerbread Competition. Now, we have some new rules this year. Contestants are now allowed a AA battery-powered device within their submission, so long as the remaining structure of the house is entirely recycled.
It's a light and Sarah's workshop.
And now, the announcement of our semi-finalists. First, we have Jim Olsen. Jim Olsen is a sports car owner from Milwaukee, and he's sponsored by SK Footwear.
Alex is right, people are sponsoring us.
No, one person is sponsoring us.
We have last year's winner, Jill Boyette. There she is. She's a pastry chef from Montreal, and she is representing herself. And we are also very proud to present a former pastry chef from right here in Helen, Georgia, Kylie Watson. Give it up, everybody.
Yeah, it is a lot like babies. It is just faster. I mean, like, because if you think about it too, like, you know, kids obviously are, not only is our lifespan longer as humans, but, you know, gestation and everything is longer in humans versus in dogs. And, you know, you're looking at 2 months for a pregnancy versus 9. Just that in itself. They're also a different kind of species. I'm going to say it wrong. So dogs are attritial. I'm hopefully saying that right. But basically, unlike humans, oh really? So much upset. Humans are born with their eyes and ears opened. While they do need care and they can't just be left alone to do their own thing, they also don't need care the same way that puppies do. I mean, a puppy will not and cannot in any way, it can't even see an issue, much less, you know, handle it. And not that babies can handle anything, nor are they like completely independent, but I mean, at least their eyes and ears are opened. It's not a lot ahead of puppies, but it's a little bit ahead of puppies. So, you know, it's just a little bit more.
I mean, I've spent the last 5 days living in like wonderful dream, and I'm terrified that I'm gonna wake up and it's all gonna go back to the way things were. You really think you can like?
Sorry, I'm trying to sort through the literal 1,400 emails that I have, guys.
Right.
It's not a joke.
I just never thought that hanging out with Nick would bring up all these feelings that
Yeah. Don't tell her it's sad.
I'm not. I'm just asking if you have time to talk to me.
Kylie, I have 2 pieces of good news.
kitchen staff.
Thanks, that's really sweet, but I don't want that one.
What's up, Mama?
Why not?
I'm gonna drag everybody out there to watch me lose. I'm just feeling overwhelmed. Can we just dial back the pressure a little, please?
Yeah, yeah. I'll tell the kitchen staff not to come, but honestly, I really think. Whoa! What happened in Santa's Village?
Oh, my nieces thought it was delicious. I don't know, Nick. I just wasn't feeling like it was enough, and with the opponent that I'm up against, I just need that wow factor. What do you think about this?
I think it's a perfect imitation of someone else's work.
You don't understand. I mean, Ina's my competitor. I have to get into her shoes. I have to think, what would Ina do?
Really? Well, I'm more interested in what would Kylie Watkins do.
And that's a nice thought, but you don't understand the pressure I'm under.
Kylie, I've known you your entire life. I get you. I get that you can make Christmas out of a pool of melted frosting. I get that you can make people feel something with what you make. You just need to trust your talent.
What you don't get is my entry has to be up at the end by tomorrow morning. I mean, everything is at stake here.
You're right. I don't get it. You sent me a text.
I'm kind of
You
glad
wanna talk to me
Cara
about-
doesn't want my dinner tonight.
I can't.
Yesterday.
Oh, no joke.
What'd I say? Why don't we talk about it now?
So many emails.
And yes, I toasted my bread on a pan.
I don't care why
On
you
stove.
toast your bread.
Christmas moment from Hallmark Channel.
And after took it together.
Whatever makes you happy, man.
So we're gonna ball change, grab the chimney, and spin all the way around. You got it?
I didn't register,
You said
sorry.
you like cookies, right?
Said whatever makes you happy, man.
Right.
So, you're gonna take a step back.
Delete
You're
all
gonna
of
grab the
these.
cookies, and you're gonna take them back to your room so you can eat all of them. You got it? Alright, let's try it. Here we go. So, we have Christmas presents.
Oops, I don't think I was supposed to do that.
You do Santa
My
Claus,
bad.
grab the chimney, spin all the way around, and then grab those cookies. Step back, grab the cookies, and bring them all the way back to your room. You got it? Good job.
New Country Crock plant butter sticks taste and bake like butter, which means even 229-time State Fair baking champion Lynn Moody Smith is going plant-based.
I'm gonna have to build a bigger ribbon case.
Even butter lovers love it.
Bona's Quick Clean System delivers a thorough clean quickly. The Bona mop has an extra large mop base for quicker cleaning. Simply attach a wet cleaning pad infused with Bona's specially formulated hardwood floor cleaner. Then mop, remove, and toss. Learn more at bona.com/quickclean.
If you've tried college but never finished, SNHU lets you transfer up to 90 credits toward your bachelor's degree.
It doesn't matter how old you are, you can do it. You can finish.
Finish your degree at snhu.edu.
If your dishwasher doesn't get dishes completely dry, try Finish Jet Dry. It dries 100% better than detergent alone. Even plastics. Get dishes drier than you ever thought possible. Try Finish Jet Dry.
Don't you wish you could still get that excited about something?
Wayfair is your way to save up to 70% off and make this
My
holiday
video
magical.
is ready.
Shop
How
everything
was
home
that?
at wayfair.com.
I have big news. You can now brush and floss at the same time. Introducing Waterpik Sonic Fusion.
Alright, eBay wants you to buy a dog bed.
Toothbrush. Brushing.
They think that you haven't spent enough money on eBay.
Surface. But Waterpik Sonic Fusion thoroughly cleans those areas that other products miss. It's one step to a complete clean. And best of all, it's clinically proven.
You said you wanted, did you want Kongs?
Regular brushing and flossing.
Yes.
Go online.
Do you want two or do you want one?
About Waterpik Sonic Fusion.
I'll get two.
That's cool.
Do you want whatever I'm gonna get for them, or do you want like a specific color and or size? Or just like, Kelly, do your thing?
Probably do your thing.
Noted, got it.
Can't make life choices right now.
Does.
You're gonna have to make them for me.
Those choices I can totally make, cause those are like
Fun
autopilot
choices.
choices. How big is dog? Buy it Kong.
Don't ask me to do anything else, but that I can do. These emails don't look really important.
Why does it sound iffy over there?
Because it's my general email. Are you like listening to me go, oh, these emails don't look important? They're not my sundog emails. I'm sure all of your emails are important. However, I have to dig through all of this insanity to even like think about going in that email account. So I have to look here first. These are all my general.
Your 5 other general emails.
5 other general. Yeah, this is. I have. 13 other email accounts that I have to sort through.
Alright, I was close with 5.
Well, to be fair, actually, I mean, I guess I counted 2 of the Sundog, I counted the 2 Sundog Tamascan emails in that 13. And I think my other job, that email isn't on here because I refuse. That's what happens when you run websites and stuff, people get emails. It's not a pleasant experience. Chick-fil-A wants to give me food. I feel like that was really old.
Did I deliver?
Dude. I got an email about Chick-fil-A catering around Thanksgiving. I'm just saying.
Is that going to be a thing?
It might be a thing. It could be a thing. I don't want to like say it will be, but my brother's Christmas present is getting ready. Clara, I don't know where your Wigsy ball is though. Your whatever twitchy ball. Your wicked ball?
Wicked ball, I think.
Wicked ball. I don't know, man.
It starts with W. We're good.
Yeah, exactly. I'm there-ish. Oh my god, Amazon, stop trying to dock to me. We're already too close.
These guys
right?
are super cute.
They are. You guys are super
cute. And then Hellcat over there has wet.
I take her picture. Oh my gosh, she was my blip queen. Aw, the phone identifies all of you as individuals now. How cute is that? That's
but they've always been individuals.
Yeah, but it's not. It doesn't count until the iPhone identifies you as an individual.
Is that what we're going by?
Yeah, that's what I just said on camera.
Alrighty then.
Do the blip. Do it, Hellcat. Do the blip.
Do it. Come on.
She's not gonna.
She's not gonna.
You little sassy man.
In your face every time you see it.
Okay.
You want me to take a photo picture?
Whatever. I know when I can be. Okay.
What are you waiting for?
I really want that domain, but I'm not paying that much money for it. It's been fun, guys.
I don't want to be that guy. What guy? That guy who thinks
My subscription is going.
it's going to be different.
Right.
If people didn't think this time was going to be different, they would never go on a date. You call my wife and ask her. Our whole marriage is based upon those words. Those words should be engraved in schools and churches. Why? So we can get people
I'm still looking for Jerk's tickle spot. Haven't found it yet.
Well, you gotta start drawing with the jerk. He doesn't have a tickle spot. His whole
Is
soul
that
is black.
Oh no! Oh no, he's going for a wheelchair. Oh no!
Nick.
Y'all, I'm terrified of my sundog email. I'm just saying. It's been a whole week. I'm afraid you guys are gonna be like, give me a puppy! It's pretty accurate, actually. I'm pretty sure that's what it says.
I have to convince myself that I can.
Right now, I'm reading my emails.
It's nothing you did. It's just me. But I think we both know.
Instagram hates me. Instagram.
You just punted Teeny a little bit.
Oh my goodness.
Mom, he's using me as a pillow. I
I must escape.
It's a little scary.
I must escape. I can't. I'm stuck. Did you
That's
just?
hilarious. Not you, Doug.
What was tickling your ear was your bun.
What are you doing here?
Your bun was tickling your ear, silly. Your bun was tickling your ear.
I'm withdrawing from the competition.
Where you headed, Teeny? What?
Come tomorrow. Yeah, you'll ruin everything.
I thought you'd be happy now. You have an even better chance of winning now.
That's a good mama.
No, I'm sorry that went off wrong. Alex, what is going on here?
I need a minute with Kylie. Alone.
I want this jacket so bad.
Hmm?
This company Bogie started making dog jacket, and I really want it.
It's like a $1 billion going on.
It's not like $1 billion, it's like $100. But right now I'm like, that's like 8 Kongs. So actually that's like not even 8 Kongs, so hence my hesitation. Oh my
The
goodness.
Hellcat has a blip under mom's foot.
Oh, they do have a blip. Whoopsies.
And she has toe beans, all the toe beans.
I don't understand. It's not
It's all the toe beans.
You're gonna blow your chances.
I didn't enter this contest.
Oh, little Kit Kat. You're so pudgy, little Kit Kat. You're so pudgy.
I entered.
Can you when you get up, can you take the washcloth out of the
Ooh,
yeah. And you don't have to get up right now to do that, but
it's 8:47.
right, but it's if it's out for like a half an hour, it'll be okay.
I didn't put stuff up. I wasn't sure if I was going to have enough sandwich.
It tells me it's probably not a yes.
Alex, it's so impressive, but I really want to understand. I'm so sorry.
Oh, your food's in the sink, doofus face.
Nick, please talk to me.
So many emails.
I don't need to talk, Kylie. I have eyes.
I had no idea he was gonna do that. I
You
didn't.
didn't exactly look like the woman who was politely declining.
But I did. I told him no after he left.
Well, maybe you should go back in and say yes.
There you go, Mama. Don't step on your buns.
There's a chloroform here.
There's a what?
There's a chloroform here.
Oh, I don't care about that.
Yeah, that's how it always is with us. Wrong place, wrong time, wrong you, wrong me.
It's a towel. It's a frozen towel.
She's like, yeah, and?
And it is not a nose. This is not a food group.
She's like, it could be. You own it.
We never want towels to be a food group.
She's like, I don't know. Towels seem pretty cool.
They're cool for after baths.
Oh, yeah? You tell them, jerk. Your friend.
Usually just put this on the bun.
Yeah, if you want to just...
I'm so excited to share.
I'm not tossing this across the bun pen.
You're not confident in your ability to throw. Just put it on top of one.
No, I am never confident in my ability to throw.
Emily's so much nicer than me, I would have chucked it.
Last time you asked me to throw
But I
something,
also played softball for a really long time.
I have poor eye-hand coordination.
Starts Monday, November 25th at 8. Only
Guys, still haven't even made it to the Sundog emails yet. I'm just saying. Don't hate me.
What's it called, Billy?
It's not because I don't love you.
And right now,
Because
it's
like...
deal on iPhone. 4 lines of unlimited before iPhone 11.
Where's the car going?
35.
Yeah, who did a burp? You did a burp. Oh, definitely. Yeah.
Jefferson P did what? Oh, can't do that.
Start the holiday season at Ulta Beauty and get ready to give, gather, and glow.
It's a pudgy mama. It's pudgy mama. Pudgy, you gotta fit all your buttons. All to play. Yeah. You gonna go outside? You gonna go outside? Come on, let's go outside. You gotta move. If you wanna go outside, you gotta move. Come on, let's go outside. Yeah, I'm gonna walk into you. Come on.
I can't do it.
Yes, there you go.
So silly. Hey, did you know that I got a code to give people for Embark that I didn't know about because we were having puppies?
I knew about it.
No, it's the shelter dog one.
Oh, well.
It's different because I'm an affiliate. Now what?
Oh, that. Yeah. You gonna go outside? No, it is really cold outside. You cannot keep that door open.
She's like, why? I love the cold. My buns need to know what it's like. Winter is coming.
When they can regulate their own body temperature, yes.
She's like, no. Now.
Do you want to go outside?
They want the cold. They love the cold.
Outside?
There's the snow.
If you say yes, then you have to go out the door, like through these two thresholds, right here, yo.
Hey, you. Go outside. Go. Go on.
Thank you.
Don't be an ass to Auntie Emily.
She's like, I don't know.
I could get away with making you hold this door open.
No, we're not doing that.
That's drying out.
Ask your doctor about Botox for chronic
Oh, good. I got all of that.
You got that.
Y'all, I have this email down to like almost not a million. Did you send me an email? There's nothing to. Really, though?
What?
Nothing. People. Chewy order shipped. It's always responsible.
With moderate to severe ulcerative colitis or Crohn's, any plans to change your needs? Your head wants to do one thing, but your gut says, not today. If your current treatment isn't working, ask your doctor about Entyvio. Entyvio acts specifically in the GI tract to prevent an excess of white blood cells from entering and causing damaging inflammation. Entyvio has helped many patients achieve long-term relief and remission. Infusion and serious allergic reactions can happen during or after treatment. Entyvio may increase risk of infection, which can be serious. PML, a rare, serious, potentially fatal brain infection caused by a virus, may
They do have such tiny tails. And they have grown a lot. Emily's gonna know this better than I have, but Hellcat doubled her weight yesterday and 3 more of them. What are you doing, Wolf?
Yes, check your messages.
I'll check my messages to tell you guys, but I think 3 more of them have also doubled their weight. I have to double check. But they doubled their weight this morning when I was not here.
Oh, what funnel cakes with powdered sugar.
I think we have 3 or 4 left who have yet to double their weight, but they'll hit that either tonight or tomorrow morning.
4 to 10 p.m. But it's only for good boys and girls. So be good for pancake's sake and try the elbow on the shelf menu. Only at IHOP.
Sorry, I'm also ordering Lucius. Both dogs get boat Lucius.
Saturday night at 8, only on Hallmark Channel.
You're watching Countdown to Christmas right here on Hallmark.
This is how tired I am, guys. So, like, oh my goodness. You tell the whole world, Seawolf. I'm looking at messages that I sent to somebody to get Clara's neck size because I couldn't possibly remember that right now.
He won't pick up the phone. He won't return my text. Okay, in the grand scheme of things.
You know, it's only been the same for like, I don't know, like 4 years.
Hopefully it has been the same.
It has been. And for
What the
for
Seawolf?
whatever reason, right now, I'm just like,
Now
I don't know what it is.
You.
But I know I sent it to my friends, so I'm gonna look through my messages until I find it.
Seawolf, you feel the need to plow through and headbutt
Give me your dog
siblings?
measurements. There we go. Look it. I can do this, guys.
Oh, goodness.
Sure.
Look at Hatches.
Yes.
Ralphie,
Ralphie, me? This is my kitchen. Occasionally I make it. Everything. Mm-hmm. Was I eavesdropping? Perhaps. But I have a vested interest in what goes on between you and that knucklehead.
Aha, there we go.
And as a person who cares, I have
Oh,
to agree with
found
you.
Hi.
Oh,
Hello.
hey, what's up? Who, along with myself, seems to have a little bit more knowledge of human nature than you. And we happen to think that a little honesty, you two could work things out.
Oh, yeah.
yeah, but she's not listening to words. She won't listen first. But I can.
Alright, everybody's about to get leashes. They can't walk. They don't have real collars, but they're all about to have leashes, guys. And I was gonna answer some other question that I totally forgot about. Somebody asked me something.
I've been focusing on technique, and he's right. I've been focusing on technique, but what I really
Yes, they will be a week old tomorrow. Today is day 6. It's getting real, guys. It's getting real. So a week from that, and they'll start actually like doing things. And if they start doing things before then, God help me. Because, like, little developmental demons. Oh, that's what I was gonna look up for you guys and figure out who had doubled their weight, because, you know, I can multitask. I swear I can. I got really distracted by my leash email.
I think it's Hellcat.
You send it to Bun Chat?
Yes, I think it was Hellcat, Seawolf, and
Hellcat, Seawolf, Stratus, and Sudden Jerk doubled their weights. And then everybody, let's see here, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and so then the remaining 4 might double tonight or tomorrow morning. And so typically, and obviously we kind of talked about this already, it's not like an exact science, but usually you want to see a puppy double its weight by 10 days. It's day 6. Day 6? It's day 6. Tomorrow's day 7. We just talked about how they'll be a week old tomorrow, because I can really use my brain, guys. I swear to God, it's there. Look at the cat's so cute. Okay, I got really distracted by the internet, y'all. You being careful, not standing on your buns?
Yeah, she's like, there were buns.
She's like, they're there, man. They're in my way.
If I was gonna, but I know buns are there.
Very impressive.
Oh, yeah? Hellcat.
She's like, my little cat doesn't scream unless there's a reason.
Good mama. Oh, we're gonna climb the pig rails?
Yeah, that's not what I want, but I'm figuring this out real quick. I figured it out.
Use that little puppy brain. There you go. That's a good bun.
The winner of the American Gingerbread Competition and $25,000 is
Alright, guys.
I convinced Rob to watch Bobby for a few months. Always took him out. Maybe ride home. Maybe take you on a celebratory Christmas excursion.
Yeah. You just scream bloody murder, little thing, why don't you? I'm gonna not regret keeping you at all, huh? No. I'm gonna invest in some more earplugs. Guys, I decided she might not be breeding quality. She might need a different home. I don't know what made me come to that conclusion. She's a wonderful dog.
You're being mocked by fun. All of them woke up at the same time.
Okay. Oh, that's what I was doing too. Like, multitask.
The other 5 things you were doing?
Yeah, that's how I feel. Hey, I got it down from everybody be proud. I'm not saying I'm gonna answer them all. I got it down from 1,500 emails to 130. Hey, one of these is from you. Hmm? Hey, these are also pants. Cool, I don't need those. Alright. Sorry.
Bogie's collar's coming off.
Bogie, why do you live this life, bro? Why do you live this wild collar life? You're about to get bagged and tagged using a completely different method. Everybody be careful, he's gonna start screaming bloody murder. Yeah, but you can't die, so you're just gonna have to scream angry. I was gonna say die angry, but seems like a very in poor taste joke right now.
Do you want the shorter blue collar one?
No,
You're thinking about it.
Give it to me. It's not as soft as this one, but.
Hey, there you are.
What are you doing, you little bean? Here, come here. Oh, no. Get in the pocket. Oh, look, it's a baby-sized one. What's up, Noodler? He's like, stop talking to me. We're gonna have to watch this. Is that one a little bit better? There, you little beast. Don't put it with those though. Yeah, we'll just hand wash it. Wash this. Advice for breeding, guys. Make sure everything's on auto pay and make sure that if there's anything that you want to cancel before you have puppies, that you do it before you have puppies, because otherwise you're going to forget. And you're going to be like, what? That's what's going to happen. I would have sworn I already did this, so I'm really PO'd.
It's not official yet, but I did find a little bag from the jeweler, and I think it could be any day now. I'm gonna be the maid of honor, right?
Is there anyone special you would like me to add to our list because I'm finalizing the desk?
Nope. Easy me. I'm really excited to see everyone. That'll be nice.
You know, if you come back to work.
Oh my god, that's adorable.
You'd be able to spend more time.
My mom just sent me a dog nativity scene. I'm just saying, it's really cute, guys.
We haven't met somebody you've dated since seconds.
I'm not interested in finding
They are developmental demons. They're so, because I've had this come up multiple times in dog groups and stuff like that. A lot of people are like, oh, dogs need to go home at whatever age, right? So first things first, in the United States, almost universally, legally, puppies need to stay with the mother until 8 weeks old. There are some exceptions to that, as far as like the mother dying, weird, random, we're not talking about them exemptions. But legally, you're supposed to keep puppies till 8 weeks old. Okay. After that, though, you look at programs like Avidog and Puppy Culture and things like that, and they encourage you to leave a dog, and or if you're the breeder, keep a dog with the mother from anywhere from 12 to 16 weeks old. The socialization period closes at 16 weeks. So as far as what an experienced breeder or trainer can expose them to and give them versus, and hypothetically, an inexperienced and or busy pet home, in some regards you have a better shot of optimizing that with the dog staying with the breeder and or with the mother or the other dogs in the household. However, that said, dogs develop at different rates. So more primal breeds, a lot of Arctic breeds, things like that just mentally develop more quickly than, no insult to all these other dogs, but like, and this isn't an exact example, but like, Huskies might develop faster than Labs. Doesn't mean they're going to be well behaved, that's a whole different argument, it's a whole different thing, but some breeds do really, really well going home at 8 weeks. Other breeds are at the same stage at 10 weeks or 12 weeks. So you have to look at your litter, how they were born, if they were all born healthy, if you had a bunch of preemies, if you have 15 puppies versus 3 puppies, if you had a singleton, so there's no litter mates for them to learn from, that kind of stuff. There's a lot of factors that go into determining whether or not it's the right choice to keep the puppies, which is also why, like, if you go and look at my website and stuff like that, it says, it's like so big, it says like, oh, well, I don't know if we'll keep them till 8 weeks or 12 weeks, and you can ask and maybe we'll keep them longer. Different countries require import, export at different ages. There's just a lot of factors that go into some of that stuff, and that's, it's more complicated than just, oh, they are this way. And so sometimes you'll see things in a litter that it may just be the litter, it may be luck of the draw, things like potty training or crate training, or it could be something as simple as like how fast they're toddling around or how they react to EMS or things like that, that like everybody develops at different rates. Even within the litter, you're going to have some dogs are going to open their eyes hours or days before the other dogs. So yeah, so these are little developmental demons, hypothetically speaking anyway. So, you know, I'm really going to have to pay attention to some of that because they may honestly thrive and do a lot better going home at 8 weeks versus going home at 12. And that has a lot to do with when fear stages hit, different things like that. It's just a lot of different things. So.
Yo, Jeff. Hey, you still working on that brain mock-up?
Is that code for it? Thanks, Jeff, for fixing my disastrous efforts on the SAD campaign. I'm happy to help.
You're needed in the boardroom. Mr. Grayson's making an announcement. That looks surprisingly sharp.
She's a successful CEO, career-driven, and a leader in her field. Yet whenever she's invited to a corporate event, the only thing people ask her is who she's dating and why she isn't married yet. See, Lisa doesn't want you to set her up on a blind date. She wants your business card.
And since there's a couple of you guys on. If you guys have anything that you want to see specifically, or if you want to learn about, please just let me know. Jenna, is it Jenna? I think it was you. I went through and I left it on my desk, but obviously I'll get it tomorrow. I actually went through and prepped answers for a lot of your kids' questions. If anybody else is watching this now or later, if you have Girl Scout troop or a Boy Scout troop or Kwanzaa kids or I don't whatever, what is wilderness girls, I don't know, whatever, it doesn't matter. If you're teaching, if you've got homeschooled kids, whatever, if any of you guys have kids of any age that want to learn about either Clara, Damascus, breeding, dogs in general, whatever, if you want to shoot messages to here,
I know a ton of friends that would love to try something like that.
or to the Facebook or Instagram page, I will add them into my question pot so that I can answer them as part of the live that I'm going to do. And I'm also going to try and add pictures and graphs and stuff like that to that so that it's not just me talking, so that it's maybe easier for little kids. Most of the time in the past when I've been involved, I've seen most puppies go home at 8 weeks old. I have actually been involved in one case where a puppy was home before 8 weeks. The bitch passed away and the baby was bottle fed, and it was a singleton, and it wasn't my litter or anything like that. It was a rescue litter, and basically the individual that was taking it was a behaviorist and or an advanced working dog trainer, and so it made more sense for them to take the dog and be able to properly expose it and socialize it and put it in a pack environment versus it staying with humans to take care of it. It just gave it a much better chance. But typically 8 weeks is pretty normal, and my personal feelings on it always default to it depends on the breed. Some breeds are gonna need to go home and be much better off going home at 8 weeks when they'll hit fewer periods at a different time window. And then some dogs are just, you should keep them till 12 weeks. I think you need to look at every dog and every litter and then kind of make that choice. No, they don't really tend to care about a specific spot that they're in. They prefer to nurse on the back end, and a lot of them really like to nurse under her back legs. They're now kind of getting a little bit big for it, but I think Hellcat's back there.
Yes.
I think she's under there nursing, and I mean, that's probably their go-to like veg spot, but quite honestly they just care about food. They don't really care exactly where the food comes from. I think that it's easier for them to use
exactly like when I had a little girl.
use her nipples further back on her body. Her front ones are not necessarily, I think, as easily accessible. I also think that they don't necessarily like being under her elbow as much, but they will do it. And they always like to use the top better than the bottom, but they will use the bottom. But it's not like it's a specific one. She has 10, so there's 2 spares, so it's not like they don't have room to kind of maneuver around and nurse if they get kicked off either.
Shopping, work.
Alright.
I was going to say, my niece is going to kick off her collection, but I'm more than happy to help you find something for your dad.
Should we flip a coin?
So too, if any of you guys that are watching this have like submitted an application, basically like
I really will help you shop.
anytime in the last week or so, I'm not ignoring you. Applications are still currently opened. Please don't spam me with horribly written applications. Please write your full name in your application. I'm not naming any names, but please fill out the application if you're going to fill one out. But I'm more than happy to accept applications still. It's why it's still up. Basically, I'm looking for the best possible homes. I'm not looking for whoever it is that found me first. I'm looking for who is going to be best for these little ones. And the luxury of this being my first Damascus litter is that I don't have stockpile of applicants that I've been sitting on for 3 or 4 years because I didn't open applications until we knew that Clara was actually going to have a litter. So you guys kind of have this opportunity, if you want to call it that, and if you want to like me, that there is no first come first serve. That's not how I place dogs ever. It's about whether or not you're a good fit and you're a good home, and I think that the dog will thrive in your home. And also too, like, not singling anybody out. I don't even know who's watching, because I won't lie, unless you comment, I don't know who it is. I just know how many of you there are. But if you don't get accepted, it doesn't necessarily mean you did anything wrong either. It doesn't even necessarily mean that I don't like your application or that I don't like you as a person. Please don't hate me. It really has to do with whether or not I think that my dogs will be a good fit for you. So it also doesn't necessarily even mean that I don't think that a Damascus would be a good fit for you. But like a good example of this scenario is that Clara is a high active working dog and Arrow is a high active working dog. And it's not necessarily the same level as like a Malinois, but you're looking at this very high activity level where like these are dogs that could mush 50 miles and then run around the house and keep going. And so, you know, that might not be the right fit for you. And the reason that my application is so thorough is because not only how and what you guys answer, but kind of the way that you make it through the application is also kind of like a test in a weird way. It's not like a pass-fail test. It's just a way for me to gauge who you are and whether or not I think the breed or this specific litter will be a good fit. So, like, don't take it personally either if you're like, oh, well, you know, I wanted one and she told me no because she's a jerk. You can totally say that, because I'm okay if you think I'm a jerk, because it's all about the dog, so you can think I'm a jerk, that's fine with me. But anyway, that's the deal. Don't feel bad if you either haven't heard from me yet. It's not personal, and or even if I tell you I don't have a puppy for you, it doesn't necessarily mean you wouldn't be a great home or that one of my dogs wouldn't be lucky to have you. It just means that I don't necessarily currently think that you're a good fit, or that maybe another home just seemed like a better option. Doesn't necessarily mean you're a bad home or anything like that. It just mainly means right place, right time kind of moment. So, any hoodles. I'm gonna start prepping for ENS, and yeah. At least I like sifted through all our emails and answered questions. But if you guys have more questions, please feel free to ask. I'll still keep looking at this while we do ENS too. So if you guys want to know about that, if you haven't, or if you're like on day 3 of stalking ENS with our puppies, that's always cool too. So, you know.
I'm gonna go grab my laptop.
Shoes on this bed. Yay. Sad. I had to throw it out. What you do, Mama?
Not that one of them pretend with you.
She's like, why are you this way?
Okay, my friend, enough stalling, enough analytics. Your profile.
You're right. Myself is my least favorite hobby, but I can't put it off anymore.
But I can see that you kind of want to, so how about this? You go outside, get some fresh air, find something to do that doesn't involve sitting in front of a computer, and I'll set it up for you instead. I think I know your hobbies well enough to get it sounding like you.
You are a prince. Oh, but hey, don't put anything cheesy on my
What's up,
profile.
Bunnies?
No long walks at the beach or anything like
Yeah.
that.
Got it. Business plans and spreadsheets it is. And I'll add some personal stuff to give some flavor. Nothing too personal.
Yes, Clark.
But, you know, you want to match it and have a good conversation, right?
Yeah, go ahead and talk with the you know, you guys like puppies, must be.
Can't really touch me with that thing.
Get out of here. So, what's your game plan?
Oh, I know, you poor little thing. How do you survive?
Joining online dating?
Not quite. It's a unique thing for networking, but I think it's my best option if I want to impress Mr. Grace. And besides, are you throwing out any ideas?
Well, no, I am setting you up right now before you keep going. I'm going to everything.
To make these sound appealing, it feels like puppies. Girls are in the back, right?
Yeah, there she is.
I'll text you with my upcoming schedule. Send you some lines.
Okay. And I will let you know as soon as I got your first date.
You too, Mama. I need some dinner. Say, I need to do this and I need to eat dinner.
Ow, my back.
My back hurts.
Where's that?
What time is it?
9:21. Oh, there's so much crying. So much crying. Are you stuck, Hatches? That's what happens when you play the Hatch game. He's like, we don't talk about the Hatch game.
Which one of you guys kind of get
I didn't change that time. I should have.
It's okay. Everybody will live. If it's dirty, it's because they live dirty life.
Alright, guys, you're gonna move. I am sorry for this, but. See if I can do it without making you fall. Really suck at it a bit.
Then we get to go check and make sure I Sweet. Okay. Oh yeah? You guys all move to the other end. I'm gonna have to like reach really far to get you.
What?
No, you can't climb the pig rails.
Look, I tried, I failed.
I tried it, now I'm angry about it. It's a rough life. You get bigger. Let's see if I moved it too far forward. Okay, cool. Still got space. Alright. I feel like we can start a couple minutes early.
Yeah, I started a little late today.
Oh. Hello. No? Where's your little buddy foot? There's Seawolf, by the way. Hi, buddy. Alright, you're ready to Lion King it up? He's like, no.
Maybe.
That's a big old yawn. Oh, I know. Ooh. Ready? He's like, I was born ready to yell at you. Are you gonna howl? Are you gonna learn to do that? Your mommy never did. She never learned to howl. She's howled like twice in her whole life. Yeah, we're gonna put you in this bowl right quick though, okay? You ready?
Is it on?
No. No, it's not.
I checked. I didn't
Alright. I know. Yeah, before we do the last one. Oh, it's screaming bloody murder. Oh, I can hear you on my phone. No, you don't. 763. Okay. All right. Any last one? Good job, buddy. There you go. Go right back by mom. Oh, this is a new one.
How am I getting over there?
We looked for Stratus. He's like a new life. Oh yeah? You guys are really getting it today, aren't you? I know, I wouldn't like it if somebody held me upside down either. You can check him? Check him out. Oh no, that's a good mama. You ready, buddy? Oh, you guys were so chill about that yesterday. Yeah. Oh. Huh. Oh, you are your mother's child. Really? Yeah. Really? Could we just maybe consider leaving the bowl in one place? No.
You need your head weight too, buddy.
You need your head in there. No, sir. It's a horrible life. I know. If only you stayed still for 2 hot seconds, it wouldn't be so horrible. Mommy's gonna check you. You check him? Is he getting traumatized? Getting traumatized. Okay, yeah.
You're fine.
Oh, come on, you. I know. 774. Oh, that was so traumatizing for you. Alright, you only have to do it for 3 seconds because you already seem pretty traumatized. Oh, look, Hatches, you're so cute. It's gonna spare you for like 10 seconds. Oh, Bogie. Let's see if I can get you in this bowl. Oh, yeah. 682. Thanks, buddy. That's a good Bogie. Yes, a very good Bogie.
Meanwhile,
oh, that's a very good line, Kate.
maybe get the power going and everything.
Oh, that was a lot of blood to your head. Yes, it was ready. Oh, hold on. Good boy. Okay, last one.
There you
Oh,
go.
you're such a good kid today. Yes, you are. All right, let's see here. So, Timmy? These guys are gonna be chew hands really quick.
Oh, yeah, I know, right?
You are moving an awful lot. Oh, dude. Not working for you, is it? I don't have a milk bar for you. He's like, I'm gypped. I don't enjoy this. Yeah, so she used to run on a team. When we were in Alaska, she ran on anything from a 2 to 18 dog team. We would go out. You're gonna have to do that again later. We would go out anything from 4 to 7 days a week because it was a rotational schedule. And I was the one that did the scheduling. And we would increase for the season, so you would start at low mileage and then increase your mileage to be able to go do a race for like qualifier. I know. And she would do that, and we would get home after running like 50 miles, and she would run around with the other dogs. 716, jerk, and she would go home and still run around crazy with the other dogs and everything like that. And at that point in time, I also was managing a daycare boarding facility, and so she was there all day in day play groups and stuff. So she was constant energy. It's very, very high energy dogs. And then Arrow runs a team for Points Unknown. So they run a lot. So that's, that's the sire. So you're looking at another high energy, kind, super amazing, but working dog. I know. Clara can do, not that this equates out, but a lot more people have done this versus mushing. Clara can do a full week at Disney, and she's tired when we go back to the hotel, but she's ready to get up and do it again, and she's up before me. And she can do it all day. So, that's kind of her element. Now that she's a little bit older, she hasn't really slowed down per se, but she's a little more forgiving if we miss a day of stuff. When I moved back to the south, we obviously don't have a sled dog team, but I actually do have my sled. You guys will end up seeing it. I'm sure I'll pull it out for these little guys just to take pictures and stuff. I have a yearling sled. I know. Oh no, ma'am. Okay. And we skate a lot. I taught her to skajor with me. I actually snowboard better than I skate, so skating is not necessarily my thing. I mean, skiing is not my thing, and so we snowboarded a lot more. And then when I moved back down to the south, and there's no snow here, Hi. Oh, you tell him, Hellcat. Alright, we're gonna put you down, we'll get your weight in a second. But I started skating with her, so I can go skating for a couple hours every night after work. I'm usually going in the middle of the night, just it's not as hot. And she's still fine with that. Working on the boat and other stuff like that, she does full day events. She goes to work with me all day. So, yeah. And I mean, like, even pregnant, she would have been stir crazy if she would have just stayed home and done nothing. We had to severely limit where she could go and make sure that everything was safe and mitigated. But, I mean, she would have gone ballistic if she wouldn't have gone out when she was pregnant. But yeah, I mean, she was taught to mush. We introduced her to a sled and skis before she was 2, but she wasn't allowed to pull on a team until she was 2. I won't let my own dogs do it until they're 2. So
Yeah. But anyway, we still have to do Warbun, huh?
We have Hatches, Martini,
Hellcat, Warbun.
yeah.
Hatches, you look super adorable, and I'm gonna disturb your whole life. You have
But
going
we're
on
gonna
right now,
disturb your
but
life.
I'm gonna disturb it. Where are you going, there, buddy? Oh, wait, I gotta pick you up anyway.
Is that still a Hellcat?
Where are you going? 604. Oh, right.
604?
Yeah. Forgot about that. I know, yeah. I know. Good job. We already did your back to get you in the bowl, so we'll skip it. Oh, this one doesn't bother you today? All right, sir. You have a nice time. Martini, where the heck are you? He's like, I'm nursing. What do you want? Is that you? Yeah. You got Hellcat? We just need her weight, right?
Mm-hmm.
I know you're gonna scream bloody murder, but I don't care. Oh, little Hellcat.
She's like,
Oh,
but I
little
care.
Hellcat. Yeah, I know you care. You have to though. We gotta see how much you weigh. She's like, why don't you just weigh yourself, you jerk? What are you doing, huh? What's up, Miss Sassy Pants? Sassy Pants. Okay, look. You don't have to lay on your back. 647. There you go. Spawn of Satan. It's totally accurate, by the way.
We have Warbun
You are
and Teen.
Satan. I think they're both nursing. Warbun, are you actually nursing, or is your head just stuck under there?
Sometimes he doesn't actually get the teeth. He's just there.
Right, you guys are smelly, yo. Are you actually attached, babe?
Is he?
He is attached.
Okay.
Do you want one too? Look. I'm not gonna hurt you, little psycho demon. She's like, oh, I can't believe it.
You took me twice.
I did take you twice. If you would have not screamed like a banshee, it would have only been once. Now we wait. Now I just wait. Because puppies can't be agreeable, yo. Oh. What's up, mama? What's up? You got your bonus? Good, bun. Is this a whole sled team? This is a whole sled team. This is a qualifier. That's not a bib, bro. You're gonna have to kick somebody off. It's like I'm working on it. Standing up on my little back legs. I'm gonna kick somebody off. Dude, you moved and I still didn't catch you? Come on. Little Warbun. Warbun has your skunk stripe, Clara. I think everybody has your skunk stripe.
Yeah, they do.
Is your skunk stripe very distinct?
You just can't really see it on.
She's like, it's like my Joker face. That and my Joker face. Yeah.
You just can't see the stripe on the cat very well.
I'm sure we'll be able to. But didn't you know? She's a lab. She has floppy ears. Somebody told me cat was gonna look like their dog, and it was like a lab mixed with floppy ears. I'm like, maybe. Oh, I got you, you little warbun.
You have a warbun?
Oh, yeah, I do have a warbun. Right. Oh, there you go. Oh, this is like our whole life right now. Yawn.
Oh.
super yawn. 7:49. That's the cutest little war bun. Oh my goodness, the yawning.
And boom, Warbun doubled his weight.
You doubled your weight. Happy fake birthday. Are you ready? Lion King. Perfect. Ready? To the other way. Good job. One more time. You're the chillest. Robot dog. There you go. Alright, figure it out, bro. Alrighty. Where is, oh look, shocker. You're still nursing. I'm shook it. He's like, I'm busy. And this is why Martini has his name. This is it. This is why he's called Martini. Is this why this is your name, bro?
Yep.
He's like, don't disturb me, I'm busy. Warbun, there were so many more accessible options. Like, right
if you want to steal teams,
here,
that's
look
okay
at
too.
that. Look at that. That's exactly what you're looking for. You went on such an adventure to get there. Teeny, I don't want to pop you off, but I'm like really close. He just needs weight, or does he need everything?
Everything.
You are my problem child right now, dude.
He was problem child yesterday. Doing pictures.
I know, man. We haven't done that yet. Oh my gosh, Seawolf, you're so cute, bro. What's up, Panty McPanderpants? Oh, this is just so cute with all the beans. Where are you going, Warby? I'm gonna knock everybody off till I find a better one. Where you going, buddy?
Oh, so Bogie also doubled his birthday.
Woohoo! Bogie and Warbun?
We're just waiting. Hatches may double tomorrow. He has 12 grams left. And then
Not too long.
whenever we get a weight on Martini,
we'll know better.
Right? Oh,
Hatches, you're
perpetually upside down, buddy.
That's because he's the cute one. He's like, but I throw a fit if you put me upside down in the bowl.
Otherwise, I live my life upside down.
You're the cutest. Oh my God, Martini, come on, bro.
He takes his time at the bar.
Right? I'm trying to figure out what I'm gonna do for pictures today.
We might want to take a break after this to eat dinner.
Well, the deal is that they're all vegged. I'll end up taking pictures and then I'll eat and go to sleep.
Got it.
Do it all at once. Oh my goodness, you're so cute. Stop being adorable, Hatches. He's like, I can't. I live in a perpetual state of adorableness. The rest of you guys are pretty cute too. Take it, Mama. Can you like, I don't know, just make him stop? She's like, no. Okay. I can't make him stop.
He's still going, or is he like
Yes.
slowing down?
No, he's actively numbing.
Okay.
Yeah. I was hoping Hellcat would kick him off, but she didn't.
well, since Warburg was going that way, I was hoping he'd kick him off. But...
No, because he was like almost done, which is why I stole him. He basically detached because he fell asleep. But then he was like, but I'm still hungry. Right? So like he did that. So now he's already like back behind her. Like, no. I'm done now.
I'm actually done.
Yeah, he's like cuddled up behind her.
I wasn't sure if I
Bogie.
was done.
Bogie just ran over him, so now he's kind of like changing his direction. But I know, and I don't want to disrupt you now that you finally got meal. Oh, busted, little buddy.
Got it?
I did. I got it.
Wait.
Really?
No head weight.
Really? What is your
No head weight.
What is your whole life issue? $744.
I can't even go with that.
Yeah, we're gonna have to, cause. Alright, Lion King.
Lion King.
You're up, bro. Good job. And around. Good job. Ready? We already did your back in the bowl. I'll take it. Oh, that's a good boy.
Yep, so
there you
everybody
go.
doubled their birth weight.
Everybody?
We're just waiting on Hatches.
Well, Hatches is one of us. Everybody doubled their birth weight, but we're waiting on Hatches. Okay, well, so 7 of our 8 doubled their birth weight by day 6. Meanwhile, I'm gonna go cry in a corner, try and sleep tonight, because, yeah, I won't get sleep later. I'm gonna turn off the live for a little while at least, so that I can clean up in here and not hit the cart, do some other stuff. I might turn it back on tonight, don't know. But anyway, if you guys have any questions, as usual, feel free to post them, add comments, tag us somewhere, send us a message on Instagram or Facebook. I promise you guys that were on here especially saw me. I'm going through the emails and everything as fast as I possibly can. I at least opened a computer today. And for the record, I opened it and it decided it wanted to do 3 hours worth of updates. Don't judge me. So we got all those done though, and we're good to go. So haven't forgotten about you guys. I just trying to get everything caught up and done. But we'll see you guys later, and you can watch Bonos later. Bye.